course. Apparently Pretzel Rocks was fucked up there. Yeah, let's see. Hang on. There we go. All right. Take that down a notch. Huh. All right. So to do this show, we're going to lean a little heavily on the community. So let's get early on. Whoever wants to join in now, please. We'll get some more as we go along, but Kai needs people to do some talking besides Kai. My throat is scratchy. Oh. Jesus fucking Christ. It's always something, right?
Yeah. Although, to be fair, you don't look too, worse for wear.
Yeah, I just got done lifting some weights.
Of course you fucking would. I mean, he does sound a little sick, Zippy. I mean, I know when this man sounds healthy. It's just,
I'm purposefully keeping my voice in check. So that's the sort of sedated voice that you're hearing. I mean, normally I'd be up here. I know the difference, but I'm purposely controlling my voice so I don't over scratchify it, because it is a little scratchy. Yeah, I spent the night with chills and shit and body aches, and
that's where it started for me too.
Probably ASMR. But I have no swollen lymph nodes, which is a sure sign for me. No sneezing, no coughing, no fever. Been tracking that religiously. So yeah, it's I don't know what the fuck is going on, but I threw a bunch of vitamins at me, just to make sure if there's any nutrient deficiencies that need to be taken care of. Oh, are you shitting me? Hang on.
What's up?
Hello, Wither.
Oh shit.
Look at that.
I guess now of all days.
It's probably the implant inside the vaccine. Probably.
Heyo.
Look at
I'm
that.
really hoping this eye swelling thing isn't gonna hurt my chances on getting the vaccine in 4 days.
Got mine 2 days ago, I think.
Yeah.
It is. It's fucking Wither.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's good, cuz.
Nothing much. Just enjoying this headache I got going.
It's
I know that feeling.
It's Feel Good Friday on Proudly Radical, where we're all just healthy as can be.
So healthy.
Yes. Healthy. That's a word.
Oh.
I don't subscribe to it.
I just want to catch a break. That's all. Just catch a break. It's it's not a halfway bad week. Got my fucking TRT stuff done, got the laser done, got the personal trainer done, and I'm sick.
Nice. I'll catch you if you fall, Kai.
Oh, thank you kindly.
So is that what came over you yesterday, and that was the my bad luck feels?
Yes. Yes, I have 1 step forward, 12 step back syndrome. That's pretty much the story of my life. I need all of the privilege, because my life is a Sisyphean task, as it were. Yeah. What the?
We'll all launch some organs in unison. We'll all launch them at Trump.
Oh. All right. Yeah. Yeah, I saw some of that. So I don't know how long it'll go tonight, but I've got a couple of bad movies lined up for later tonight. One of them is kind of infamous for being a bad movie. Troll 2 has no trolls in it, just FYI. It's just called Troll 2 because, reasons.
The first one did half decent for its era.
And then Star Crash, which is not a great movie.
Not to be mixed with StarCraft.
Yes, correct. Oh, well, that's Karina's job to answer that one, Zippy. I'm not the one setting up the Oregon launching program.
What's the difference between a catapult and Jersey? Which one are you using? Oh, we prefer to use a cannon for accuracy and lacking of, well, simply put, if we launched your organs through a trebuchet, yes, it would be much more stealthier, but we do also lack the benefit of any and all accuracy to making sure that our customers are pleased with their target getting hit by said splattered organs. So we chose cannons for the sake of making sure your dollar goes where it's worth. And said dollars would always go to the local food bank for the wasted of human food, aka me.
Whole nother meaning for surefire.
Rev, a catapult is literally doing this. Okay, it's using just the torsion and what's the other technical term I want? Either way, this is a catapult. A trebuchet is a counterweighted device. So you have a weight up here that comes down and launches like that. So it's sort of winched back, and then the counterweight is responsible for slinging the object. Thank you, Hunter.
Trebuchet, surprisingly, is using far less advanced physics than a catapult is, as a catapult is relying on tension of rope and such. Trebuchet is just, hey, that rock heavy? It's heavy enough to throw this rock.
Caboose, I was going to do it. The trebuchet is the superior siege weapon.
Oh, it is easily superior.
But
Okay, so chat's asking why I did that poll. So right now, it's Xbox Game Pass, right? Is $1 for 3 months. And there's a little game on there called Sea of Thieves that can run on most PC.
Goodness.
So, if you people are willing to spend a single dollar, we could get like a huge, massive army in Sea of Thieves together and just fuck around for Friday today.
or another day if we can't arrange it today.
Well, it's 3 months. It's 3 months of Game Pass. You're gonna.
Is it 3 months?
Pay more than. Yeah, it's 3 months.
For
For the
$1?
premium. For the single dollar.
In 3 months, I'll hopefully have a computer to join you.
Do you have an Xbox?
No,
Join us on Xbox. Yeah, pretty much casual.
I'm a PC gamer, and I threw my PC down the stairs.
Why?
I have no clue.
You can do this with your PC, Rev. You have to boot up the laptop, Zippy.
It was just the worst month, I suppose.
Yeah. Australia. Yes, Kat would like to assemble an armada
Yeah, pretty much.
to dominate the seas.
Yeah, just fuck it.
We'll spread the anarchist manifesto everywhere.
Well, you
actually kind of the
see
opposite.
about that. Yeah, about that,
It's
Wither.
cops in that game.
Actually, we role play as cops within Sea of Thieves.
It's already an anarchy.
Yeah, we don't have to establish the anarchist, milieu. It's a pirate simulator. That's already done.
Yeah. We're pretty much taking the "you can't tell us what to do" to its logical extreme.
The logical extreme of becoming the server authority.
Pretty much, yeah. There comes a point where it's like we got too much freedom. We gotta pull it back a little
Premarital, it's
You can't
actually
tell me
really
what to do, but I can tell you.
bit. Yo.
it's actually really fucking amusing premarital.
We were okay. So like last time we played, folks, for an update on the police shenanigans. Dead Waters. We must have played at weird times because we didn't see a single other living soul.
No, we did.
And we were looking.
We did. We
did?
Yeah. We did civil asset forfeiture on them. We raided their boat. I jumped in,
Yeah, we just
stole some
just
shit from them.
Yeah,
jumped
they
out,
literally just
sank
kicked
him.
their teeth in.
Yeah.
No, that was a skeleton ship.
Was
No,
it?
no,
The one
no,
that was
no,
just
no,
sitting there?
no. The one guy by the shore.
Oh right, no, pardon me. Yes, we definitely did a hit and run civil asset forfeiture.
Yeah.
Yeah, Caboose remembers. Also,
He
Caboose,
had a
get your
bad
ass in
day.
here.
He hit on his ship and had a bad day.
It was a sloop. Yeah.
I totally forgot about the sloop.
Yeah. Yeah, I swam over while you guys were cannon firing the entire broadside of his sloop and slipped in, saw him down below trying to patch it up, and stole
Jeez, Kai, stop flirting with his wood.
stole shit from him and then
up.
jumped back off. We just,
That was hilarious.
yeah. We kind of bullied that guy. I mean, we're cops.
Yeah.
It's our job.
Yeah. Yeah, so
But yeah, so you lovely folks, if you have an Xbox or a Microsoft account, $1 we could go into Sea of Thieves and just wreck shit as just a anarchist police force.
and if you do have Xbox Game Pass, which by the way, Kat, you're already signed up for this. Not for the Game Pass, but I'm just signing you up for this. I need a team for Zombie Army 4. I want to do some sniping, and I need people to tank the hordes for me so I can snipe.
We choose only to use 4 instead of the trilogy.
Yes. I like the Sniper Elite 4 game engine better than 3. The sniper
What
mechanics
a
are
hot
better.
and brave take.
Yeah. Even though the game is shittier because of the DLC and season pass shit they did, which, hey, Rebellion Games, knock that shit the fuck off. But yeah, I much prefer the game engine for 4. So yeah, I need a team for Zombie Army 4 so I can do sniping. Solid Rev. So maybe sometime this weekend, or maybe sometime next week. Either way, Cat's already signed up for that.
Amazing.
I'm
down.
It's forced volunteerism.
It pleases my ego anyways, so
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Being voluntold to do something means you were in someone's mind to do it. There's a little bit of flattery in it.
yeah.
So next week starts the banana hammock in a hot tub arc for Kai, because apparently we're doing that now on Twitch, and I want to see if they fucking get uppity about it or not. I am joking. Calm down. But
Disappointed.
there are people who are already talking about this, that if it's okay for women to be in bathing suits and be riding like literal inflated bananas in pools and shit now, and they have their own category, is it going to be okay for some like European dude in a banana hammock to be chilling with his legs open on the side of a hot tub on stream?
Yeah. Equity, boys.
So
That is a banana hammock, premarital.
Ooh, hot tub speedo cat would definitely be a good one.
Rev.
Kai, I think you joke, but I think you actually could get pretty far with it, assuming the banhammer doesn't just roll out.
See, that's the thing, is it seems that the Twitch mod staff is going to be in charge of deciding what is fair play and isn't. They've been pretty explicit in that the staff is charged with that. And given what we know about them, I think it would be all of 13 seconds.
They are, from what we understand,
Very sexist.
notoriously sexist and in a
Okay.
way actually kind of homophobic.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Yeah. They're a special lot. So yeah, we don't know what that's gonna look like. But yeah, that was already the joke on Reddit today was, all right, which one of you fuckers is gonna volunteer to do the banana hammock stream so we can test this? Personally, I think it would be funnier if somebody who looked much akin to like Cat did it. I want a big dude.
I'd do it.
Yeah, I want a big
Just-
dude in a Speedo.
I'd do it for the memes.
Yeah. See how they. It's
You're
one.
saying we need to convince Joe to do it.
You have a face cam?
Joe is the last guy that would actually be banned for it.
Yeah.
I think he might actually just get away with it straight up.
Yeah, they'd probably ban him first because they'd be jealous.
She's so pretty though.
Penis envy right out of the gate. Right out of the gate. They
I
take.
mean, not just like he's just a gorgeous human being, like just in general. You know.
What if you identify as a Ken doll? Well, I mean, nullification is a form of extreme body modification that is available to you, and there are those that have partaken in it. If you happen to know somebody who has, and they choose to engage in this particular form of fuckery with the Twitch staff, by all means, inform me ahead of time because I'll be wanting to watch that stream.
Notes, I hope.
Casual, no, they did not apologize to Amaranth, but you could tell by the verbiage that they chose to use, it was very much about advertisers. So, yeah.
She made money, they weren't, and that was the issue.
Oh, no, it was the fact that some advertisers didn't want to be associated with the boobas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Twitch actually is still raking in hand over fist, even if she's not getting any ads at all, because they take a cut of every sub and like bits.
She's got over 20,000 subs.
Yeah. Twitch is not mad about that end of the deal.
Yeah, they're making a minimum of $50,000 from her a month.
Well, were the advertisers going to cut out entirely or just partially?
It's going to be up to
Probably more than we think.
It's going to be up to the advertisers to make that decision, but we don't know yet.
Yeah.
But there is the flip side of that. There may be new advertisers coming in.
Right.
Yeah. Like, there are the ones that were like, we don't want our product associated with titties in a hot tub. And then there are the ones that are like, titties in a hot tub is our market. That's our demographic. We're in now.
Yep.
So, we'll see.
One thing that always kind of upset me is that, like, I remember at one point in time, I saw a commercial for The Egg, if anyone is aware of this sex toy, on YouTube. And I remember seeing that on YouTube, and I'm like, as a child, I had no idea what it was. But as an adult now, I'm like, actually, ads like that on YouTube are super smart. They're not obvious enough that kids don't understand them, but they're clearly set in place for adult-centric advertising. And things like this need to be more accessible. Like, media creators should be able to opt in for adult-centered advertising that doesn't mean pornographic.
I'm just waiting for Amazon to buy Pornhub.
God. Dear God, Kyle, that was cursed.
Yeah. I mean, it's only a matter of time, to be fair.
No. That'll ruin, so
please.
much.
Pornhub is already the inferior product ever since they went through and did that purge. I get it. Child pornography, like rape videos and shit like that needed to go, but they basically pulled a third of their interesting content. Wither, you're echoing.
Oh.
I want separation.
A lot of my artist friends had their, had their accounts and all their stuff on it, wiped. And once they finally got their videos, put back, they had lost all their views, and so they lost all the traction with them.
Yeah, it's, that would be amazing, Zippy. That would be amazing.
It's cringe premarital.
Do you get a Pornhub pass with your Amazon Prime? Pornhub Prime. Coming soon.
It's already a thing.
In a perfect world, you can custom order. You can order So Pornhub has an actual live streaming service. They're selling, girls and guys are on there selling their underwear from the night and use Prime to instantly ship it to the person the next day.
Are they aware of this? Like,
They-
like Amazon?
Pardon?
Is Amazon aware of this fact that this exists? I just, you know,
I don't think Amazon's aware of half the shit they buy.
That's hilarious.
Mitre, the only counter argument to that I've heard that I understand is one made by Co-Carnage, who, as a streamer, I watch and respect. He does good content, and he provides a space that isn't politically charged. Is, as he puts it, you know, it's about good vibes, right? Like, his space is very much, you come here, you enjoy the community, you have jovial conversation, you enjoy the games, and you relax, right? Like, that is the space he provides. And he, as he put it, I'm a little bothered by the fact that my game streaming platform is being transformed into something more adult oriented in that regard. And he was very clear, I don't begrudge anybody doing that. I don't mind anybody doing that. I have nothing against anyone who does that. He said, but it is about the platform at the end of the day. And what once was this gaming-centric platform has sort of evolved a little bit. And some of the old school gamers are having trouble coming to terms with that. Right? Like, the fact that there's politics on here now, the fact that there's IRL stuff on here now, the fact that there's boobas on here now. The platform has evolved a little bit, or devolved, depending on your position, I suppose. And I understand where, you know, some people built family-friendly gaming communities that, you know, don't do gore, don't do hyper-violent games, don't do, you know, and they built this around that. And all of a sudden, you know, in somebody's recommendations next to their channel is some chick in a hot tub pushing people to her OnlyFans site. I understand that concern. I also
Things change.
Can I give the jaded counter gamer perspective on that one though?
go for it.
Sure.
I remember for years growing up online that like gamers very specifically wanted video games to be treated as like a legitimate art form, one that could be held alongside other political or otherwise like great pieces of art. And a lot of that came with, you know, trying to dispel the notion that games were meant for kids or like young adults. Like it was something that some people of all ages could, you know, enjoy and shit. So I think part of that, I mean, especially with like how games are very like sexualized now, they're very political. They tackle a lot of like farther reaching topics than older games ever like could even dream to. It just seems strange to see the pushback on like booba streamers on Twitch when like it seems to me like that's kind of what they were fighting for in the end.
Well, not all of them were fighting for that.
Well, they're cringe.
I mean, that's the thing. Some of them, I mean, look, I do not like Brian Regan's stand-up comedy. Can't stand it. I like Brian Regan. I like him as an actor when he does like comedy acting. Go watch Loudermilk. Loudermilk. Yes, it's actually a show title, but it's a really good show. Go watch Loudermilk. Brian Regan is in it. And he works... Brian Regan's stand-up is squeaky fucking clean, right? It is the definition of family friendly. But you catch him anywhere else, and he doesn't mind working dirty. But his stand-up is designed to be family friendly and squeaky fucking clean. And so there are some people who have been working that way for quite some time. And Ko is arguably one of those people. And so he has, and as somebody who has, you know, purchased a house, a BMW M3, 2 motorcycles, has 2 children and one on the way, and has a thriving life and career based around his streaming content, he has legitimate concerns about that. Right? Like, I understand where he's coming from. Like I said, I didn't necessarily say I support it or this is how I feel. I said, this is the one perspective I can understand. And so that is his concern, is that he has built this sort of platform for himself that he works fairly clean. And right up next to him is some, big titty goth girl shilling her OnlyFans sort of thing. And I understand those concerns. I think Twitch needs to do more than just categorize it. I think they need to age check it and wall it. I know
agree with that.
This sounds like antithetical to most of my positions, but I'm talking if I were running Twitch, like if this were my business and this is how I were operating it, yeah, I would age gate it. I would put it behind a credit card check or some sort of ID check or something, and I would wall it so it isn't next to the other stuff. If you want to have boobas and like sexual content and adult content on your streaming platform for which you already built, fine, do that. But understand that, you have 13-year-olds wandering around, and maybe this isn't the most appropriate thing. So like do something in good faith to do something about it. But
I feel like the change is going to happen regardless. So a paywall would definitely be a good add-on to that, just to control it somewhat.
yeah, something more than just like, hey, we created a hot tub, like pools and hot tubs category, whatever the fuck they're calling it. I think they could do more. Rev, I mean, even Europe does this, and they don't put that much significance on nudity. Right? Like nude beaches, and you can see like tits on TV late at night, but even then they have like, beyond the watershed sort of stuff, right? You're not allowed to put like two adults fucking in a scene on TV at 3 p.m, right? Put it on at 11 at night. No problem. We have no problem with that. Adults, that sort of thing. I do think there needs to be some level of compromise that happens there, just so you can satisfy people like Ko, who again built a hell of a career on your platform and is a contract streamer with Twitch, right? Like this is the kind of thing Twitch is actively paying people to produce content for their platform, and this threatens this portion of it. Like they need to do more just from a business sense point of view, I think. But hey, will they? No.
How about this? I think the most effective way that we're going to curve most minors off the platform would probably be like they just set it up like OnlyFans and need a bank account that's actually linked to an 18-year-old person, that sort of shit.
Yeah.
That'd probably be like the only real way to get them off. But I don't think most people would be cool with that if they had to like put in the credit card information just to use Twitch.
Well, premium account.
Not to just use Twitch, but to access, say, Twitch Night, I would say it's fine.
Cool.
Maybe not a credit card, because even as I'm an adult who doesn't have a credit card exactly, but I have other banking information.
We've passed that point. Like you don't even need to link a bank account. We have automated ID checks now. Like that's a technology we have. My pot store does that. Just take a photo of your driver's license and it instantly validates it.
Okay.
Like, this isn't like they need to reinvent the wheel. There's companies that literally sell this technology to other companies to implement, right? Like it's not difficult. Just fucking, if you're over 18, take a picture of your ID or whatever and fucking you're in. It's not complicated to do.
I also just think it's stupid entirely that we feel the need to censor the human body at all. But that's just me.
Our culture is not prepared for that. If you want to engage in a cultural shift, that's fine. I'm okay with it. Again, I don't have this. Fine, let's do that. For many, 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 many years, you learned about the birds and the bees because chances are your mom and dad and your aunt and uncle were in the same general space as you, creating your cousins and your siblings. You witnessed that to one extent or another. You heard it. And so, you know, okay, I'm fine with some level of return to that acceptance, that degree of acceptance, but our culture isn't ready for that. And that's going to take a couple of evolutionary cycles for us at the cultural level to come to that point. Right now, you know, it's about realism and pragmatism. Zippy. Fair enough. Hey, Pastique. Nice, Rev. I'm Cassiopeia. It is entirely possible for parents to be virgins. Yes, takes a little bit of adoption, but it's doable.
I actually completely forgot about that.
Artificial.
Yeah. Or stealing. Yes, that.
Or Jesus, apparently.
But yeah, I don't really care. Like, I don't care, but, you know, I do understand it from a business level, having run a business before. Like, it's one of those things that they clearly need to address for a number of reasons. And they're doing, in standard Twitch fashion, they're fucking it up. It's pretty much par for the course for Twitch. It's just too little too late as far as TOS and policy shifts go. They want it. They clearly want it. You know, or else they would have said, no, we're not allowing it. They're fine with it. They want to make the money. They just don't want to be associated with it. They don't want the social baggage that goes along with it. So, we'll see. So, Palestine's still a shit show. Israel's still a shit show. Do we really need to talk about it?
I think them breaking the ceasefire within 48 hours was kind of funny.
It wasn't even 48.
Was it not? Well, either way.
It was less
They
than
just-
it was less
they
than 12.
Like, I just find it hilarious. Like, in a very morbid way, obviously. You know, I'm supposed to feel all sad about this shit or whatever, but like, god dang.
Mitre,
These motherfuckers were celebrating the peace.
Mitre, I don't know what Twitch you've been watching, but Twitch is fine with all sorts of heinous shit, just don't be a woman. You apparently aren't familiar with the history of moderation on Twitch, because women are the ones who get away with the most shit on Twitch. And that's very well documented at this point.
Yeah. Here's how it works on Twitch.
Yeah.
If you're a dude, the moderation staff is gonna hate you, but the community is gonna love you.
Yeah.
But if you're a woman on Twitch, the moderation staff is gonna love you, but the community is gonna fucking despise your existence.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you're trans, gay, or anywhere else in between, they're just gonna hate you.
Yeah.
Both groups are just gonna fucking just shit on you all over the place.
The Twitch mod staff is infamously a bunch of tech bro coomers who will let thoughts get away with anything on this platform. And
I thought I'd hear you say that.
And men who even cross even the slightest of lines will catch a 30-day ban. It's very well documented at this point that this is how
Somebody
these things
actually-
happen.
Somebody threatened to take it to court. Kai actually showed that on one of his Podbean streams of all places.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, it's a whole thing here. One of the more infamous ones was a dude who acts like half a second worth of horse cock on stream, 30-day suspension. One chick bent over, showed her asshole, spread her pussy, and showed her tits. For approximately 15 minutes, she caught a 3-day, which was then suspended down to, I think it was something like 28 hours. Is what her actual suspension ended up being before they lifted it. It's fairly well known around these parts that as far as exposure of oneself and how suspensions are handled by the Twitch mod staff. Yeah.
These people always get a bad rap, apparently. Damn.
Also, yeah, that's kind of what I was getting at premarital. It's like there are some groups that just catch shit no matter what, you know.
It's, yeah. And I mean, there's even, who was it? Was that, which one of the guys, fucking some dumbass, she was on his stream and she showed some like pornography.
Destiny.
It was Destiny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was Hunter Biden's nudes.
Yeah.
Because she was like a crazy
He caught,
Trumpist or whatever.
he caught the ban. She didn't. She showed it on her own stream as well. She was streaming simultaneously. She showed it while he was, with her, and he was streaming her. And he caught the ban. She didn't.
Yeah. And it was turned over immediately because everyone on Twitch was like, yeah, this is bullshit.
Yeah. That's how Twitch mod staff operates. And everybody knows it. Like, or at least I thought everybody knew it, but I'm informing you now. Most people are aware of this.
Twitch.
Yeah, it is. It is the history of Twitch at this point.
I'm honestly thinking Twitch maybe has like a good 3 years in them left. Maybe they survive for another election cycle.
I know a bunch of like big streamers and gamers are going back to YouTube streaming. I know Christopher Odd has left Twitch, and he's back at YouTube streaming as well now. Who else did I see that just did their first like reintroduction into YouTube streaming that left Twitch as well? They're like, I'm out. So, yeah.
I'm wondering how many other streaming platforms there are out there.
YouTube streaming is going to get better over time. I just doubt that it stays. The state that it's in isn't even that bad, to be frank.
YouTube.
There's a lot of cross-pollination between like fucking YouTube streaming and Twitch streaming already. Like everyone knew about Vosh on Twitch before he even came over here.
Yeah, YouTube's.
So I don't think
YouTube's a shit show when it comes to certain things. I would much prefer a third-party alternative, but that's the story of our life as Americans, frankly.
Yep. Also, yeah, Cupcake, like the Hololive crew is all on YouTube and shit. Just, there's avenues on YouTube streaming already. It's just going to take more content creators getting over there and YouTube being able to figure out a better monetization model, because that's really the only thing that Twitch has over YouTube. Is like on YouTube you have to set up your shit through your monetization through third-party things. That could be like through PayPal or Streamlabs or whatever, whereas on Twitch you have subs and donos already built in, and they have emotes and shit, whereas YouTube you have to like it's basically, if you're on YouTube, a lot of your like audience engagement is going to be through third-party platforms, which could be better, it could be worse depending on how much money and time you got to spend on that sort of shit.
Well, see, the problem with third-party alternatives is usually the groups that first go there are the Nazis. I use this colloquially, but BitChute, DLive are perfectly suitable alternatives.
I wasn't even talking about stuff like that. I was talking about shit like the .gg like shit, so that you could have like your custom chat emotes and all that shit and your subs and as opposed to just sticking to YouTube chat.
The anarchist revolution will start with the first third-party anarchist streaming platform.
I'm wondering how long before the ANCAPs just take it over.
3 minutes.
Yeah, like I just feel like they'll hop right the fuck on that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the first people to be there would be Steven Crowder, Alex Jones, Nick Fuentes. Like, these are going to be your first like big names that would immediately Ruben. They'd be the first ones there, just like that. Yep.
Anyone can watch, but maybe only the liberals and the libertarians can actually stream.
Amazing.
Jones can stay. The rest can fuck off. I'd keep AJ around. He's crazy as fuck, but he is at least amusing. No, it is what it is. So, did you see the really doing the good work fucking idiots. The pro-Palestinian protesters in New York. These fucktards. I'm sorry. Holy shit. Talk about a good way. Talk about handing Fox News ammunition. Basically, a whole bunch of pro-Palestinian protesters swarm around a Jewish teen in New York City and just ruthlessly beat the ever-loving fuck out of him.
There's a fuckload of anti-Semitism coming out of this shit.
Yeah.
It's just insane. Like, I remember Bad Bunny, like, fucking saying that, like, if Hamas is considered a terrorist group, we need to reconsider whether terrorism is a bad thing. Brain dead take. Fucking would have supported the Black Nats during the 60s. Fucking straight up she would have been on board with the racial separatism. It's crazy. These people are fucking insane.
Yeah, and I mean, somebody actually got a good shot. A bunch of them. Like, one of them was wearing Versace shoes. One of them had a Gucci belt on.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. It's like
They
that.
had to have been manufactured.
Hey, boss.
God damn.
So maybe.
So yeah, it's talk about handing them a bunch of fucking ammunition. I
Oh no, Nefarious. Bad Bunny isn't a lib. She's like a fucking straight socialist. Trust me, when I'm saying that the shit's just, you know, this definitely isn't just like a libs are bad type of take.
yeah, when the kid's down, there's a video going around, but I can't even show the video. It's against TOS. There's a video going around though. When the kid's down, one of them runs up with a pole and starts hitting him.
Good goddamn.
Yeah.
Was he Israeli or was he just like some Jewish kid?
He's just a Jew from New York.
God damn it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying, depending on this, just listening to how she describes her policies and politics, it seems she just doesn't strike me as a lib, Nefarious. You know? Like, I don't know what to tell. It just, come on, buddy.
Into that category, Nefarious.
Oh,
I mean we
I'm just saying, the amount of people that have read legitimate theory on the left is much smaller than you may think, Nefarious. No, you know what? I'll defend Bad Bunny there. Theory's fucking stupid. A lot of it just says the same shit in different ways. It's very basic. Fucking, you know, let's try to stop the extraction of surplus labor value. If we're gonna have societies oriented, we need to understand the flaws with profit incentive and all that shit. Here are some basic suggestions on how we fucking orient that, like, actually get a society going like that. It's not that fucking, we just, you know,
Rev, that's
Like-
Not all theory, Rev.
not
like that's
yeah,
all it is.
not all theory is old. Although
That is true.
I will say the only ones actually working on theory are the anarchists. Everybody else's theory is old.
Oh, no, the Dengists are still doing their thing, but they're fucking stupid.
Oh please, the Dengists didn't do anything new. All they did was capitalism with Chinese aesthetics.
See, but they're still writing fuckloads of theory even to this day. I'm just saying, like, it's not good theory, but it's there. It's being made.
They're like, hey, we unboxed this theory from 500 years ago and we put it in a new box with a made in China label on it. See, we made new theory.
Refurbishing.
Like, nah, it doesn't quite
What
count.
is Dengism?
It's-
Basically, it's basically unironically admitting socialism is when the government does stuff.
Yeah, it's
That's literally all it is.
well, it's the It's when the government does capitalist stuff.
Yeah. But basically, like, unironically, we can use billionaires as tools of the state.
Yeah,
Oh, see, when you said the government does stuff, I was assuming you meant the Vanguard does stuff, and we don't know what they're doing.
Oh, there's that too. That's still there. But we also have the billionaires on top of that.
What?
Well, see, in order for our revolutionary socialist state to survive, we need to understand that we need to participate in global capitalism. So, all business interests should be overlooked by the state to make sure that they're not participating in counter-revolutionary action. What is counter-revolutionary action, you may ask? It's when it goes against the interests of the revolutionary socialist state. That's why we can't have independent trade unions.
This is so stupid.
Yes, it
That's what
is.
China's been doing.
That is so
That's literally
absolutely
the whole
stupid.
thing.
Oh,
On
Huff,
top of like massive death purges and shit.
Huffmaster, I'm not sure. Do you want to expand upon this? Yes. Okay. All right. Yes. Huff, it will be more calm and far more reasonable. Knowing what I know about Twitch political roundtables,
Yeah, fuck
feel,
those round
feel
tables.
free to decompress here. And if you've got any rage you need to let out in chat about whatever the fuck you just saw, feel free to let it out.
no.
We understand.
Yeah, those two are fucking idiots. The people he just mentioned. I'm not gonna say their names, but yeah, they're fucking crazy.
We get it. We get it. Caboose, it's a political roundtable is when a bunch of people who have no activist experience whatsoever and have barely scratched theory sit around and yell at each other electronically.
Yeah. For money usually, or
Yes.
promotion of their channel.
Yeah, for money.
It's not a bad grift.
Estrella, I feel the same way. I enjoy hearing about others watching those, so I don't have to. Wait. What the fuck?
What's going on here?
Oh, for fuck's sake. Can we not?
If you're gonna pick fighters, if you're
That-
gonna pick
that-
fights with chatters, you gotta let them get their licks in.
Oh, hey, Rabbit. Hey there, Rabbit. And let's see. Hang on. Let me try and track this. What happened? Mitre, people are allowed to have feelings and thoughts about Bad Bunny, despite the fact that you have your feelings and thoughts about Bad Bunny. I'm sorry, that's just, people are allowed to not like other people, even if they are wrong in their not liking of them.
Literally 1984. Please never leave us premarital. You're a gift to us all.
That's literally George Huxley. So as long as they don't talk shit about Australian band names. Australians are usually really good at naming stuff. Oh, okay. I didn't scroll back that far, to be perfectly honest. Oh, he called you a self-righteous piece of shit. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I get it. I mean, ad hominems, for fuck's sake.
Oh no.
No,
Circus,
premarital. That's just got to be there.
Circus of Assholes would be a great band name. Oh, that's from my statement earlier, wasn't it?
It's not a bad name.
Yeah, I said that earlier on shared content. I called that a circus of assholes. Yeah. Which, by the way, if you didn't catch that, that was straight up circus of assholes territory. Apparently, Tulsi Gabbard was doing some white genocide shit, but she was talking about the Mayor Lightfoot of Chicago, who's in celebration of her 2-year anniversary will only be doing one-on-one interviews with anybody who isn't white. Yeah.
Why were lefties
honest,
so
that's so
infatuated with Tulsi Gabbard for so long?
I
I never got it. I still don't get it.
I don't know. My comment literally was, I mean, Tulsi's not a great person in a bunch of regards, but what the mayor is doing is not exactly spectacular either. More like a circus of assholes, really. And then I compared it to, I said, to mark the 2-year anniversary of Proudly Radical, I'll be having a very special stream where only white people are allowed to ask questions. Is a terrible look and, frankly, the ethical equivalent of what she's doing. To quote someone, I can't believe racial separatism is back on the table.
I think that was Cat.
Well,
Thank you for giving the game away.
Yeah. Didn't actually name the person.
I'm assuming, at least, we were trying to draw up like interest in the Discord, you know?
Yeah.
Ooh. You know what? Never mind. It wasn't Cat. It was me the whole time.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Have you noticed that when me and Wither talk, we're never talking at the same time?
I just. It's just stupid. It's just stupid. Like, why would you? At least, I mean, if you're gonna do it, at least take a page out of the like racist white people playbook and get a token white person so you don't have to take those accusations. Right? Like, stack the deck. We've got like 8 Hispanics, 12 black reporters, a couple of like Asian Pacific Islander reporters in here as well. Oh, and there's a white guy. Right? Like, at least you don't have to like face the accusations then. Like, if you're gonna be like racist, do it at least with a slick manner. But no, yeah, she straight up came out and said it. Like, one-on-one interviews for anybody who isn't white. No other interviews granted. Like, okay.
Amazing.
Yeah, sure. Great look. It's a great look. I'm sure that won't hand any ammunition to the likes of Steven Crowder and Tucker Carlson and all those other idiots. I barely remember their names half the times. Like, it just...
Took a while to type.
Yeah, Rev, even Prager knows this. Come on, Jack. Like, it's just a bad look, and you're not helping the cause. Right? All you're doing is giving InfoWars and Fox News and Blaze TV and One America News more ammunition.
Land back.
Yeah, land back. You're just gonna rile up those fucking white supremacists some more. You're gonna have another church burning or something as a result of it. It's fucking obnoxious and just stupid. Yeah, definitely not feeding the racism in any way. Yeah, it's just a stupid fucking thing. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. And while we're talking about Chicago, let me pull this. So, oh, wrong one. So the Chicago Police Board rejected the firing of an officer who made false statements about the hospital patient beating incident. The Chicago Police Board voted to clear a veteran police officer, it's already not stacked, accused of lying to investigators after video surfaced that showed the officer punching a handcuffed man at a Southside hospital nearly 7 years ago. In a 5-3 vote during their monthly meeting, the board passed a motion declaring Officer Gauss not guilty of making a false statement regarding his use of force and restored him to his position. What he did was lie about the investigative incident. He was seen punching and shoving the individual who was restrained and handcuffed, and he said that he wasn't handcuffed and was aggressive. And so he was defending himself. Not that a hospital patient was handcuffed and being beaten
like
about
20 different videos to get
body.
even the shred of factual evidence.
Yeah.
Air quotes.
He grabbed the man, shoved him,
Hold up.
bouncing him, beating him about the head and face. It's Chicago. Who, by the way, Chicago has spent $662 million on police settlements, police misconduct settlements, just in the last 16 years. So, let's do That's $41.375 million a year on police misconduct lawsuits in Chicago. So I'm sure the Chicago taxpayers are super happy about that. He was holding a dangerous gurney.
Pig is a 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 pig. Rob got it right.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Rabbit. Have you ever seen the infamous one of cops allegedly choke man during his mugshot photo? And they have the mugshot photo on the top of the article of the cops literally choking the dude out. Like that's the headline, infamously above the yeah. Cops allegedly choke man during mugshot photo, and there's a photo of them choking him.
It's still allegedly.
Yeah, oh yeah, it was, here's the headline. Exactly 12 hours since ceasefire, Israeli troops storm into Al-Aqsa Mosque and fire tear gas at a group of youths. Yeah, so they made it 12 hours. Oh, that predates, I mean, the payout is new, so I suppose that could be argued. But, you know, yeah, that predates neoliberal. That's just how that shit works. Oh, and where was this one? I forget. This was Tennessee, right? Lewisburg, Tennessee. On video, officer tells man you shouldn't be able to breathe while choking him to death.
My God.
Yeah, they literally, the deputies and police officers struggled. He struggled with, taunted him until he died. Daughter, of course, has filed a lawsuit, but yeah, apparently Channel 5 News managed to get a hold of the video evidence. And yeah. Go get the leg restraints before you do anything. Go get the leg restraints. Seconds later, Jeanette said for the first time he could not breathe. Female officer said, you shouldn't be able to breathe, you stupid bastard. Officer stayed on the man Jeanette's back, even bent his legs to his back. Finally, another officer said, be careful with suffocating him. Easy. Remember asphyxiation, guys. Another officer says, that's why I'm not on his lungs, to let him breathe. No, the Jeanette said, I'm good. An officer said, no, you ain't good. You're going to lay right there for a fucking minute. And those were the last words we heard from the man, by the way, was, I'm good. He shortly suffocated thereafter.
Yeesh.
Yeah.
You know, the funny thing is that, like, whenever I hear people talking about, like, use of force, like, cases and shit, it's always weird being someone that's trained, like, martial arts and has done, like, you know, escalation of force classes and all that shit. Like, I think a lot of people underestimate how fucking much it takes to choke someone to death. Because you have to choke them after they go unconscious to actually kill them.
Yeah, they have to literally stop struggling and be unconscious, and you have to keep choking them.
Yeah, like it takes like a certain level of psychopathy to actually go through with the act. Like I can put like anyone in a chokehold right now, and I can have them unconscious like within 30 seconds. But I'd have to keep choking them for like several minutes to actually like finish the job.
Yeah, and Huffmaster, what are you getting up to tomorrow? Fair enough, Dan.
Oh, it wouldn't be a guillotine. If anything, I'd go for the RNC, but, you know.
Estrella just threw up an Oklahoma one. Preliminary hearing set for Oklahoma City police officer charged in the death of a homeless man. Oh, let's see. Holy shit. Police claim that the 66-year-old Benny Edwards had a knife that he refused to drop at their command after he was tased twice and pepper sprayed. They state that Edwards ran towards one of the officers with the knife still in hand and then ran away from all 3 officers at the scene. Okay.
God damn.
He's simultaneously running at them and running away from them, but I'm sure that won't be sketchy. Body cam footage shows an officer firing 3 rounds at Edwards as he runs towards the officers. As he turns and runs away, he's shot 3 more times.
I mean, Rev, you're not off. Like, okay, so guillotine choke is it's an airway choke. That one takes a little bit longer to actually like put people like away. So it's like that one. I mean, I guess it's more analogous to the situation now that I think about it. Rev, you got it. You're on point with it.
Oh, good on you, Huff. Locals are always better. What is the event? What are you getting up to? Oh yeah, we're killing Internet Explorer. Microsoft is end of lifing Internet Explorer, but only for consumers.
It go bye-bye.
The corporate side is keeping it. Because it's used in a number of corporate products, and so it's not being end of lifed on that side. But you end user peasants, yes. Internet Explorer is being end of lifed.
Aristocracy is asking
It's
why
not
you're
like
not
you were
feeling
using
well.
I don't know. I wish I knew why, but my throat is scratchy. I've got weird body stuff. I'm not 100% sure. Lymph nodes are fine. No temperature. No breathing issues, no cough. My body just feels weird. Like I had chills all night.
Any
And
deficiencies?
my throat is scratchy. So,
You think the autoimmunes reacting weird to them experimental chemicals?
I mean, it would have reacted prior to that, and it doesn't react in this way. This is something else. I know.
Gotcha.
Yeah, usually my neuropathy tells me when something has irritated that side of things.
Right.
Yeah, I have a couple of signs for that sort of stuff. This feels
I
more
know
like
the Antarctic diseases have got to Arizona.
yeah, this feels more like I came into contact with some little microbe or something. And whose is this? Checkpoint Research.
Rabbit's offering, I'm guessing not free, but his patent pending paprika, ginger, and grapefruit eye wash. Get you nice and right.
Yeah, I'm sure
with
that'll,
them.
I'm sure that'll help.
That doesn't sound bad.
As maybe like a tincture? No, but as an eye wash? Yeah, fuck that.
It's a cleanser. And Estrella has snortable essential oils.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'll do that if somebody pays me like $100. I'll snort some essential oils.
That sounds good.
Grace Park mutual aid event, hand out food and bus passes and cigarettes. All right. The bus pass part makes me a little sus just because I'm familiar with what organizations do to get rid of their homeless population. And bus passes, one-way bus passes are a part of that. It's pretty infamous that places do that. Yeah, Rabbit, I hope as well. As long as it's local bus passes and not like a one-way ticket to Phoenix. Yeah. Okay, cool. Huff, cool. Like I said,
Maybe that's how we get transsexuals out of like those anti-transsexual states through bus passes, tickets out of town.
yeah. Oh,
I
yeah.
mean-
That came up the other night. Karina, we talked about that. Was that direct?
We were talking about the abortion, not the trans bit.
Yeah, we were talking about during Sea of
abortion, too.
Thieves. Well, I mean, there's room for that. Fucking hey, Ace. Like a relocation fund to start getting people who like need abortions to get them out of Texas and stuff like that, right?
That would be a great program to start up.
Yeah.
Hashtag not occults.
Honestly, you remember that one time we talked to that crazy ANCAP guy and he was like talking about how like the US is gonna like break up or whatever? I'm at this point. I'm kind of just embracing it. Fuck it. But these dumbass conservative states just like human rights their way into irrelevance.
I mean, their economies are already irrelevant.
That's what I'm fucking saying. You know what? Actually, I'm just gonna embrace it. Fuck it. Let them segregate. I pray I pray their citizenry that voted for them governments don't do too badly.
Hopes and prayers.
Yeah, exactly. Solidarity, comrades.
Rev, get out. I mean, there's the counter argument that it's the dilute it with more leftists or just get everybody out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's either we get people from California and shit to move out, or these places can just go fuck off.
Everybody must think like me, or else you don't get to stay here.
Yeah, Rabbit. I feel ya. Henry, I don't have room in my life for a whole lot of hate. Takes up too much time and energy. They do annoy me though, but ANCAPs don't exist anyway. They're not really a thing. They're just neo-feudalists that don't like to call themselves neo-feudalists. That's all. So, that's fine.
If they at least believe in libertarian values, then there's someone I can definitely just work with. They're just weird for wanting capitalism.
Oh, except they don't really believe in that because
but I mean,
the fact of the matter is,
it comes down to practice like mutual aid, and they're still gonna.
Oh no, they don't do that. I've never caught an ANCAP actually doing that.
They do like militia shit.
Yeah, that's the kind of shit they get up to.
Those like militias popping up to like defend businesses during the protests. That is like kind of ANCAP mutual aid there.
Henry, it's just a new iteration of feudalism. So they would rather than the say the group, the proletariat, a democratic populace make decisions, or rather than political class make decisions, they just want the lord of the manor to make decisions.
It's the second coming.
Yeah,
feudalism.
They want they would rather be ruled by Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates and Elon Musk than Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, and Joe Biden. That's their position in life is, well, we should do away with that political structure and allow capitalism to run free. I'm sure that won't form a wholesale, whole cloth, brand new political structure. Fucking idiots. Yeah, and then Huffmaster, we know what that devolves into. My small business gets going really well, and then I approach you and say, hey, would you like an investor? And I buy you out to some extent or another. And then we have a lock on the regional market for whatever we're doing. And then you and I coordinate against some of the smaller businesses in our area, buy them out, force them out, undercut them in pricing since we have a larger business base, and we expand our business. And the next thing you know, you have a regional monopoly, and then you end up with a national monopoly and potentially a global monopoly if you extend it all the way.
Yeah.
They act as if like consolidation isn't an element within capitalism. But again, I mean, I'm not surprised.
It's a primary factor.
I'm not surprised capitalists don't understand capitalism.
We also, Henry, we did not go to college for leftism. Well, I'm sure some of us in chat have.
I mean, technically, I mean, Rabbit kinda did.
Yeah.
Swede, ironically, actually kinda did, but in a really roundabout way. Swede went to school for right-wing capitalist education and came out a leftist.
Yeah.
Mitre did a shitload of lefty subjects in his first degree. What was your first degree, Mitre? Oh, Jesus, Rev. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Caboose. Yeah, for sure. It's all those left-wing regulations keeping the mega corporations in power. Media. Oh, that's right. I remember. You went to school with a bunch of like media arts people, like filmmakers and stuff like that.
Rabbit, we were saying that you kind of you went to college for like leftism shit,
Yeah.
which you kind of did. Not full, but you know.
I'm probably gonna submerge myself in right wing authoritarian stuff when I get into college for my political science degree.
Oh, apparently the homeless man that the Oklahoma City officers killed, he sold flowers on the corner of the street. That was his offense. Hey, Stellar.
That's so terrible.
Really, sociology gets categorized as left shit, and anthro is treated more like some weird philosophy degree. I thought it was like kind of the other way around in terms of like public perception. That like, oh wait, no, fuck, no, never mind.
For those of you that haven't followed this story, this is something I've been following. That's sort of well, no, you would have been a baby. Never mind, you wouldn't have known about this.
Yeah.
This
2000.
this has been sort of known like on the West Coast, specifically LA and in Hollywood since like early 2000s. Danny Masterson, the guy who played Hyde on That 70s Show, he's been raping up a storm for years now.
Oh, I knew about that.
Yeah, and
it's kind of a local legend around these
everybody
parts.
knows about it. Everybody knows about it. But we've known as early as around the early 2000s. And Scientology protects him. So this Church of Scientology has been intimidating witnesses and threatening the women he raped, and these sorts of, and buying off judges and police officers. They've been protecting him the whole way through. And he is now facing 3 felony rape charges, finally. But we know what's going to happen. Church of Scientology is not done. It's not like they've forsaken him. He's going to basically, what they'll do is they'll do some witness intimidation, some, underhanded tactics, attempt to buy off a prosecutor maybe, that sort of stuff. Zippy. Yeah, Hyde. Hyde is a rapist. Hey, Olada. Keeping John Travolta's truth hidden. Yep. Yeah, John Travolta gets a little handsy with his male masseuses. A Caboose. It's not that they're forgiving. It's sort of a innate behavior set. When you have that level of authority and power, organizational power over somebody, eventually you abuse it. Yeah, it's just the sort of way it goes. Yeah, and Rev, yeah, and tax-free. All of it tax-free. So, yeah, he'll be facing three rape charges now. But yeah, it's
Is Hyde their messiah or something? What's the
No.
Scientology religion?
No. I mean, if anybody's their messiah, I mean, their prophet was L. Ron Hubbard. And then what's the douchebag who's in charge now? I always forget his name. David something. God, I forget it. I always forget that douchebag's name. Elron is the OG. Who's actually who's running that shtick now? He disappeared as Miscavige, David Miscavige, because I thought of his wife's name, Shelley Miscavige. He disappeared his wife. She's apparently being held hostage in some compound somewhere, and he won't release her. Yeah. Rabbit. Thanks. Yeah. He's the guy running the church these days, and he's even crazier than, he's way more sociopathic, it seems like, than Elron was. Elron was malicious and definitely a little bit, cold, shall we say. But Miscavige took it to a whole new level. So yeah, they do stuff. What's going on there? All right. Oh, yeah. So, somehow that's not surprising. Wait, what was that? I just got a notification of some kind. All right.
Are there any Scientologists in Canada? I wonder.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like, how far-reaching would they be there?
Oh, they're all over the world.
They're all...
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
According to Rabbit, Miscavige, that dude imprisoned his own leadership council because they tried to vote him out.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's ruthless on a way. Like, yeah, as somebody pointed out, like Hubbard, yeah, Cassiopeia. Hubbard liked to have young girls rub him down with creams on his yacht and shit like that. Like, he was no shining beacon of hope and humanity. But Miscavige, like, weaponized it. He took it to a whole other level. So yeah, the Scientology has locations in Canada. They have locations all over the world.
The track record like that, I would expect like the Canada government to maybe do something about it.
Well, they haven't.
God, that would be expecting us to actually intervene in anything.
Well, actually, they haven't. They've done more than the U.S. They haven't granted them tax exempt status.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah. So there is that.
That's like the bare minimum, if you ask me.
Yeah, okay. So here's a quick. This is a map of, God damn it. Get my cursor. This is a map of the Scientology volunteer ministries that do disaster relief on a global scale. So, oh yeah, Rev. That's one of my favorite things about L. Ron Hubbard. He was a creep and a pedophile and a rapist, but it is one of the most epic things ever done. L. Ron Hubbard was a science fiction author who literally said, "I'm going to create a religion." Created a religion, and it's here. Like, that's the most honest creation of a religion I've ever seen. Like, hey, there's some good money in that. I think I'll do that instead. And then he did it. Yeah. So, I mean, this is what Scientology, this is just their disaster ministry alone.
And now it's a global fact.
Mm-hmm. So. Yep. Oh yeah, Rabbit. Yeah, and yeah, this is just their disaster ministries. So, Yeah, they're a whole thing. They've been accused of literally running slave compounds, and if there's any dissenters or anything like that, they get locked up and they're forced into labor and held in small domiciles against their will and stuff like that. Yeah, it's a hell of an organization. Let's just put it that way. But I don't know where to pivot. You know what? Let's stay on the rape. Lady Gaga, I don't know if anybody saw this. I don't particularly like her pop music. I respect her as an artist because she actually is classically trained, and if you hear her just sit down at a piano and sing and play, she's amazing. She's very talented. Not a fan of most of her pop music though. She made a statement in an interview about how she was raped at 19 by her producers and was pregnant as a result of that rape, and that pregnancy caused a, quote, total psychotic break. So, you know, music industry. It's pretty renowned for being a healthy place, especially for young artists.
It only goes up from there, right?
You know, I mean,
That's a way to look at it.
apparently she finally found a producer, a guy by the name of Mark Ronson, who literally treats her as a human being and is respectful towards women, and she's gone on record saying how he's amazing. But yeah. Apparently the guy that allegedly, the name that is like it's like Hyde. It's one of those things that's apparently an open secret in the industry. The guy who you really want to watch out for is a guy by the name of Rob Fusari. This is allegedly the producer in question who raped her and impregnated her. Yeah. It's not the first time that this guy has apparently done this either. He's been sued previously by other artists for, shall we understate and just say bad behavior? Oh, Zippy, basically everybody in Hollywood, the music industry, has stories about somebody. It's, yeah, part of the process. The disgusting process. Yeah, exactly. Makes the company money, so they can't get rid of him.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's far from the first time. Apparently Billie Eilish has been having some thoughts on the music industry recently as well. And then Canada. So I did have a Canadian story that caught my eye. A judge in Ontario has ruled that Iran, in fact, did shoot down a plane full of Canadians intentionally in an act of terrorism. And now a jury will decide how much Iran should pay the victims. Quote, the lawyer is quoted as saying, "We will seize and sell any Iranian assets worldwide that we can get our hands on to fulfill this payment."
Okay, so they want to bankrupt the country. Got it.
Well, they're making a claim of 1.5 billion.
Okay, yeah, they're definitely trying to bankrupt the country.
I mean, that wouldn't bankrupt them, but I mean, it's not a small number. Iran is also in default, by the way. They didn't show up.
They just said, fuck that noise.
Yep. So it's a default judgment.
What's the default judgment?
If you don't show up to court. You gotta show
You're
up.
admitting fault, pretty much, right?
Yeah,
At that point?
you gotta show up. You gotta show up. Yeah, otherwise it's a default judgment, and then you're basically on the hook for everything. Oh, Australia, that country's fucked since we got our hands on it. Interesting, Rev. That's weird. Yeah, oh yeah, Rabbit. Fucking always go to court on a traffic ticket if you can. Cops almost never show. And then you just argue it. They'll be in default, and it'll be dismissed. So, good news. This is actually good news. the Freedom from Religion Foundation won its court challenge in Texas to stop one of their judges, the Justice of the Peace, who is a previous minister. Always great when ministers become judges. He basically would open every court session by forcing everybody to stand. He would bring in a chaplain. They would then conduct a forced prayer in the courtroom, and the judge, by all accounts, would survey the room. And if you didn't bow your head and close your eyes and look like you were praying, you were getting guilty judgments. You were
serious?
Oh yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my
He
God.
was shown to be demonstrably punitive towards those that didn't show some level of acquiescence and or acceptance of the prayer session that they forced upon you at the beginning of every court session.
How many fucking people just got sent away for that shit?
No, me, Trey, you're telling me. Genuflect before the Lord. Yes.
I think
So
we'll learn if there's an investigation, because like this isn't a small claim, is it?
I mean, it was U.S. It went up to the U.S. District Court. It was Judge Hoyt who ruled in favor of the FFRF, and local attorney John Rowe. Okay, so the attorney did the entire case anonymously because he sued. He was a Montgomery County judge, and basically this attorney said, I'm losing money because I refuse to participate in this process, so I have to file cases in an adjoining county, or I have to avoid cases entirely within this court because of this behavior that's going on, and I refuse to participate in this unconstitutional behavior, and so I am losing money as a result. And so an attorney took him to court.
Ooh.
And, and so, the FFRF got the attorneys back and filed the case on his behalf. And,
Let's go.
yeah. So, Texas. Yeah, Montgomery County, Texas. Hey, Shrimps.
F you, religion?
Yeah, and they do. They do, Brev. But here's the sort of... This was filed in March of 2017, and because of multiple technicalities brought forth in Texas, they had to refile again in 2019 because it kept getting dismissed. So they finally managed to make this stick. It does that, Shrimps.
I don't hear the music.
Should change legs. Oh, you can see the tape.
Oh damn.
Good old KT tape.
Yeah.
Works better for me than a brace.
Rabbit wants to know what you did to your knee.
What haven't I done to my knee?
Yeah, this is just like a he lived situation.
Yeah.
I'm gonna join the chat for a while.
All right.
Okay.
Lately nothing, Rabbit. I mean, Huff, I am drinking in this mug, I am drinking turmeric tea. You can sort of see the golden nectar of the gods. Yes, Ace, it is. Zippy, fuck you for that cursed take.
What'd they say?
You need a Kai-Chan mug.
It's true. It is a mascot of the channel now.
Why
Is
did
it actually?
not?
I mean, why isn't it?
Whiskey, I'm held together by tape and rubber bands for sure. Shrimps, no, it's been around for a minute. It's made by Mitre, hence Mitre showing you a little love there. Ace, yeah, if you learn how to actually tape yourself using KT tape properly, it actually works. I know some people are like super suspicious of it, but I mean, it really does work. And by the way, the adhesive they use for their tape, I don't know who's manufacturing that adhesive, but holy shit. That shit sticks. Yeah. Estrella, yeah, KT tape is a miracle. Legitimately, I have had KT tape on through multiple hot baths, and my kind of hot bath, scorchingly hot, soaking for multiple hours at a time, multiple days, and that shit will stick for, I mean, I usually don't leave it for more than a week, but it'll stick for more than a week. Like that tape, that adhesive is impressively strong. I don't know who the fuck is manufacturing that shit, but they're doing a good job. So, yeah. No, Estrella, yeah, if you have to take it off your skin every day, like, holy shit, because it will take some of your skin with it. Shit is designed to stay. Oh, yeah, Rabbit. Rev, I don't know if it's 3M or not. Dude, Ace, it's good. Yeah, depending on what you're trying to get done. Yeah. But let's see. It does work. It's hard to do when you're in your back. Yeah. If it's back, yeah, it's kind of difficult to tape your own back. You're going to need somebody for that. Do you tape, Kat?
I taped my ankles for a little bit there, but then, like, I was told by, like, that person, they weren't advising me as, like, a physical trainer or, like, a therapist or anything, but they basically told me, look, those ankles are only going to get worse if you tape them now. You're young.
Strengthen
start
them.
Fucking squatting.
Strengthen them.
So,
yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
So I did it for a bit. It feels great, and I can see why people, like, get into that habit really quickly of just taping everything the fuck up. But yeah, no, I listened, and,
Oh,
you know.
Karina. I was thinking, like, if Kai-Chan's going to be a thing, do you still have the file? You have your OG file?
Of course.
Okay. Can we change the flippers to, like, is there a way to change Kai-Chan's feet into testicles somehow?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay. I think that would be cuter and more obvious than the weird flipper feet. I think that's the route to go. If we're going to do this, let's do this.
But then
There's only a
people
matter
can't
of
imagine
time.
when he's chasing after you. It sounds like a wet mermaid animal on land.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I can definitely do some testes for him.
Yeah,
to be
let's
standing on.
at least see what they look like and then go from there. If you don't mind, please and thank you.
Not at all.
Hello.
This is Karina, after all.
Hello, Herotron. Strasbourg. Nice. Estrella.
Literally the most low def dick I've drawn.
Yes, and I did want to say, yeah, this is literally the from the FFRF. This is how they put it. Judge Mack, a formerly ordained minister who attended Jackson College of Ministries, made the unprecedented decision to solicit chaplains to open his court sessions with prayer, a practice not replicated by any other court in the country. Despite numerous complaints regarding the practice, Mack insisted on opening his court session with chaplain-read prayer. Attendees have reported Mack surveying the courtroom during prayers, causing concern that cases are affected if they did not participate. Mack's bailiff announced the prayers, stating that anyone could leave during the prayer, but then locked the courtroom doors with them in it. You're free to leave. Click.
You're free to leave, except when you're not, which is now.
Istray, amen. Oh, Lord God, I pray for you to send me some good folks to send to jail today. Amen. Yes, Judge Matt, with a K though, Zippy, M-A-C-K, but yes. Yeah, this motherfucker was literally locking people in the courtroom, holding them hostage, forcing them to pray, or else they may end up in jail. If that isn't the most Texas shit I've heard in a long time. Oh. Let's see. Oh. No. There we go. Church on steroids. I mean, pretty much. Can I bring my own altar to bridge? Sippy. Why do you have a goat? Don't mind that. Just part of the services. So, Baphomet statue. Yeah. Oh, okay. So this one, get ready to. This one just came out yesterday. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Wait, what's going on?
Lolata said, which we're technically never done with it, but holy shit. As we're done with news, don't know if it's news for others, but I heard something on the street that was news for me. World War II never happened, as Swedish demographics don't show many deaths in that time period. Please, someone get me out of this place.
Damn. Why? The fuck? Alright then. Fuck it.
Rabbits heard that one before. Oh,
Is this like an actual take?
yeah, it's apparently one of those conspiracy theory takes.
Oh dear God.
So, Lolata or Rabbit, somebody want to explain that one? Like, what's the context that usually comes up in? What is the conversation usually? Like, is it the like the 6,000? I'm sorry, the 6 million question mark sort of conversation? Me, Trey. Kinda. Interesting. Yeah, apparently Kaiser. I mean, you know. I don't even. Holocaust denial on steroids. Yeah, that's what I kind of figured. Stray. Fair enough, Straya. Just send me your address when you finally do move to someplace. If you don't have internet, if you're that isolated, I'm gonna come for a visit. I don't know how many people saw this image, but I did want to show this because this is the most. I'm sorry, this is baller as shit. For all the wrong reasons. This is a Palestinian family sitting in their living room.
Oh my god. They are... Oh wow. They're flexing to make fun of Israel, aren't they?
It's
That's what it
baller.
looks like.
Yeah, fair,
Why
Rabbit.
is the tile held up as well as it did?
It really does. I agree. It does look like an album cover.
I can see it.
Yeah, Zippy. It's the tenacity is admirable for sure. Yeah. When I saw this, I know a lot of people reacted, like when it got posted. People were like, oh my God, all these things. But I looked at it and I was like, this baller is shit. This shit happened. And you're like, you know what? Let's take a photo. Let's sit in there like nothing was happening and take a photo. Like the thought process behind this is so impressive. Like concerning human resiliency and how to smack talk, and it's a hell of a photo. And this is the kind of photo, by the way, I'm an amateur photographer, but this is the kind of photo that you kind of want to take. There's a part of any photographer's brain that dreams of taking a photo like this. This is an impressive thing. That skyline behind them tells a hell of a story as well. Yeah, parental advisory in the corner.
That skyline is creating the 1,000 words to this picture.
Yeah, I mean, this photo is the kind of thing that a lot of photographers dream of taking.
Yeah.
First album cover for Circus of Assholes. Nice. Yeah, exactly. Belongs in Time magazine cover. Like it really does. Like it belongs in Time magazine. It's one of those photos that you could go your whole life and never have an opportunity to get that photo as a photographer. And I mean that's for the better, by the way. It's a good thing that most photographers don't ever get to take one of those kind of photos. But okay, so the TLDR from Rabbit was Lebensborn was a program to kidnap pure Aryan babies and raise them correctly in group Nazi orphanages. Holocaust deniers pretend that it wasn't a thing by saying Sweden's population didn't show it happening. All right. Well, thank you for the explanation of the crazy rabbit. As
one has to do it.
Yeah, somebody's got to do it, and Rabbit's in there with it, so I respect it. Thank you for the explanation of the crazy rabbit. Take logic and yeet it the fuck out the window. Yeah, that's usually how that works with conspiracy theorists. I don't know if an isolated space is far enough. I need to be yeeted to space. Oh, Estrella. I feel you. Oh, did you see the Palestinian head of internal medicine at their primary hospital? A guy by the name of Dr. Amin Abu Alouf, along with 12 members of his extended family, was killed.
Oh.
How else do you think? He was his mother, his father, his wife, his 17-year-old son, his 12-year-old daughter, and a few other extended relatives. They were occupying a 4-story building in the Gaza Strip, and Israel blew it the fuck up.
Isn't it something that all of Palestine's most, universally useful people are disappearing off the map so quickly?
Well, I did find it interesting that, one of the first facilities they decided to take out was the media, the building that the media organizations occupied.
Don't want to be tattled on.
Yeah. Funny. Doctors, medics, and journalists. Last time I checked, those were war crimes, but, Yeah. Rabbit, yeah, great minds.
Efficiency.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll do that. I gotcha. Copy image. Shared content. There you go with it. A lot of, yes, they learned from us on that regard. We're really good about that in this country. It isn't a war crime if it's not a war. This is why we called Afghani insurgents rather than combatants, because there is a legal distinction to be made. This is where you get shifty white people shit. This is the kind of shifty white people shit that we get up to. That you're like, but isn't it the same? No, it isn't. There's a legal distinction to be made, and you can't hold us accountable for it if we just call them insurgents rather than combatants. Yeah, that's true, Rabbit. Let's see.
That is pretty true, Rabbit. Although I think that goes for like all of us in chat.
I mean, I would have joined one of the resistances. Chances are, I mean, if we scale back to, I mean, that side of the family or that side of the family, you know, I'm a big fan of a lot of the Jewish resistance fighters. There's some really good stories that came out of that. In fact, I even think they made a movie out of one of them about the Jewish brothers in the forest. I forget the title. But yeah, there are some amazing resistance fighter stories that came out of that war. And for people who are of that bent, there really are. There's some amazing stories about resistance fighters. Some of my favorite, though, are always the women. The women got up to so many, because they were beyond suspicion in a lot of regards. The Germans were so patriarchal in their thinking sometimes that they couldn't even conceive of women executing them. Defiance, that was it, Rabbit. Thank you. Denmark had some. Yeah, I think there was the Dutch woman who, like, at 15 or something like that, she would lure them out to the forest. That she'd basically like, hey, you want to get some young pussy? Follow me. And she'd lure them out to the forest where they wouldn't come back. And so she could ride down the street on her bicycle beyond suspicion. And there was one I remember hearing about. She, the Russian women pilots, they nicknamed the witches. There was one girl who used to ride down the street on her bicycle and shoot Nazi soldiers just openly and just keep riding. And nobody ever thought to stop the young girl on the bike. Like, hardcore resistance fighter stories coming out of that war. And yeah, some of the most epic badass stories were all women. So yeah, some really good ones. Duffy, this and that. Let's write a screenplay. Welcome. And like the name, by the way. Korean Resistance Fighters #1, says Kaiser. Yeah, I women shooting Nazis on bicycles. Well, from women on bicycles shooting Nazis. Yeah, we'll reorder that sentence. Bike Girl reminds me of what the Finnish did on skis during the Finnish-Russo War. Yep.
The Finns were fucking crazy in that war.
That's where fuck me. Hold on. I can never get his last name correctly.
Don't even try.
Hold on. Let me try and somebody who speaks Finnish, tell me how the fuck I say this. His name is Simo Haya. I don't know.
Look, it's literally Finnish. Don't even try.
Yeah, all the snipers, all of the gun guys, we all know this dude, but we all call him Simo.
The guy who took endless like PCP or something and killed like the biggest head count of Nazis ever.
Oh no, he didn't take any drugs. But he has the highest count for a sniper in recorded history. Nobody disputes the number of 505 confirmed kills, but the number goes up to 540-ish, depending on who you listen to. But nobody debates the 505, and that's only with his sniper rifle. He did do field work with his SMG, and those that have studied it say he probably got 800 confirmed kills or thereabouts. And keep in mind, this was during the Winter War. He only was active for 3 months. This motherfucker was taking names. He was putting in the work. All right? He was the most epic sniper of all time. Every sniper, every gun guy knows Simo's story. He served in the Finnish military early on in his life, and Caboose, I'll get to it. He served in the Finnish military early on in his life, and they issued him a rifle. And part of the deal with the Finnish military was when you left service, you could pay them and keep your rifle. And so he went back to his farm and spent the next 10 years spending basically every day with that rifle. He said that the rifle became an extension of his body. It was just as if it were one of his limbs. So when the Winter War, when it kicked off with the Russians, he went out and they redrafted him. He went out and they offered him a new upgraded rifle with a scope, and he said no. And he kept his old rifle with iron sights. Simo,
He was doing this with iron sights.
Yes, he was. He did not have a scope. He did it with iron sights. This motherfucker is the most successful sniper of all time, and he did it with iron sights. Now, a couple of things were working to his advantage. I know Duffy. Trust me, I know. There's no detail in this story you fuckers can put in chat that I'm not already aware of. I hate to flex on you like that. I'm aware. So basically the way it went, Simo had developed a practice of sniping that was his own. He didn't lay prone. He actually crouched. He tended to like to be up because he liked to use snowbanks. He would dig a tunnel out of the snowbank to recess his rifle in. He would lay there. He would sit there for hours on end, going to the extent of taking handfuls of snow and putting that in his mouth so you could not see his breath. He would make sure that the barrel of the rifle was recessed and cold so you couldn't see any steam or a muzzle flash coming off. His thought process behind the scope was just that. He used scopes to identify targets. If you were a sniper, he would effectively take you out because he could see the glint off your scope. So when he came up for duty, he kept his old rifle, went out in the field, and was dressed in all white. And the Russians were rocking forest green in Finland in the winter. So they were little specks of green walking around. Now, Simo was known to his own men, his own team, by one name. They called him the magic sniper or the magic man. The Russians called him another name. Well, see, that's the thing. They called him the White Death. Remember the numbers that Simo was putting up. All right? Simo's most successful day out sniping is a recorded 40 kills. His second most successful day out was 25. This is in one singular valley that he operated in. He specifically operated in a valley environment, so you could not hear the report. It would echo off of all of the valley. You couldn't identify the direction it came from. You couldn't see a muzzle flash. You could see no steam or breath, and you couldn't see a glint of a scope. It literally came out of nowhere. And since he was putting up those kind of numbers It was literally everybody who operated in that valley had somebody they knew and served with who was killed by the White Death. He became a ghost story. They literally started telling stories about the White Death around the campfire at night. It became such a problem for the Russian leadership that they, in fact, sent out a team of counter snipers, specifically targeting Simo. They were sent explicitly to that valley to counter snipe Simo and eliminate this problem of the White Death that was starting to erode morale. He killed all of them. Every last counter sniper they sent in that first wave, Simo eliminated. Unhesitatingly, unflinchingly, putting in the work.
My God.
Now, eventually, they managed to hit Simo. Basically, what happened is they artillery shelled the entire suspected area that Simo was operating in at the same time as counter snipers firing explosive rounds. And one of them went off next to him, and it basically destroyed his right jaw. He survived. When he woke up, the war was over. In the 3 months that he operated, nobody, including the Russians, debate the 505 number. But there are accounts, even Simo's, that put the number higher at around the 545 number. And those that have looked into his work with the SMG say that the number is likely over 800. The 505 is only with his sniper rifle. So is the 545. But when you account for his SMG work also up close doing raids with some of his compatriots, the number's likely over 800. In 3 months, he put these numbers up. He was the most proficient, accurate sniper, as far as anybody can tell, in history, operating without a scope. The man is the stuff of legends. He was granted, feel free to drop it in, Duffy. He was granted a farm by the Finnish government as payment for his oh yeah, they signed the truce when he woke up. Well, he was just waking up as they signed the truce. Yeah. The Finnish government granted him a farm for the rest of his life. They gave him a farm. They said, it is yours free and clear for what you have done in service of your country. Yeah, that's the story of Simo. And every sniper, every gun guy, every gun nut knows the story of Simo because he is arguably the deadliest person who ever existed with a rifle. He lived a full life after that. Why are there not games dedicated to this man? I don't know.
Because fuck sniping without a scope. That's why.
But yeah, he lived a full life. He died, I mean, relatively recently. He died in 2002.
Oh,
yeah, no, you were alive when he died. Like he lived a very full life. Yeah, the man was the stuff of fucking legends. He let's see, let me try and find it because I always forget. It is a Simo killed 25%. This is according to Russian numbers, by the way. Simo is responsible for having killed 25% of the soldiers in the Soviet 56 Rifle Division and responsible for 100% of his battalion achievements. Imagine sending an entire division into a valley and one guy kills a quarter of them. The guy
like
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I wonder what it's like serving alongside his ass, just constantly being chewed out by the brass for just him being able to excel far above what anyone else could even hope to achieve.
And in case anybody wants to, I made 20. So hang on, give me one sec here. He used a 28-30. There it is. That's what Simo used.
A Mosin. Mother of God.
Yep. Dude, you stole my kill. Yep, standard bolt action. I mean, it was the fact that he put up the numbers he put up is the man was a machine. And by the way, he very rarely talked about his time in the service. He didn't seem too traumatized by it, though. He, as far as he was concerned, was just putting in the work. But in the early 90s, a Finnish interviewer asked him, how on earth did you become so proficient at what you did in that war? Simo, being Finnish, of course, very Nordic, dry sense of humor, with the slightest hint of a wry smile. Just a little bit in the corner that wasn't fucked up and didn't have all the nerve damage. Just smiled ever so slightly and said, practice.
Heck, cocksucker.
Yeah. Simo knew what he was doing. And he had no compunction, no regrets, no PTSD. He didn't seem to have any sort of trauma from doing it. He served his country valiantly and held off an invader.
Sent you the lines.
Oh, I like it. Yeah, something
Okay,
along those
sweet.
lines. Yeah. I like where you're headed.
It's very Justin Roiland, I'd put it.
Thank you, Wither. Yeah, it's a story that I'm familiar with. I believe he shot a load of wolves on his property. He did. He put, like I said, he spent the better part of 10 going on 15 years. I forget the exact number between when he left the service and when he was called back into active duty. But he spent the better part of a decade with that rifle every day by his side. He spoke openly about that. He put in the work to the point where he said that rifle became an extension of his body. But yeah, he didn't mind the work he put in with it. Yeah. That's why I say it's hilarious. They put him on a farm on the Russian border. It's not a gift. That's a statement. That is true, Rabbit. That is true. Yeah, it was. Let me try and find where it was. See where his farm was.
That
Okay.
is pretty salty, Zippy.
All right. So
That is a fucking... All of that with fucking iron sights.
yeah, the guy was a level of master you can't even begin to comprehend. Yeah, there it is.
Practice. This motherfucker said practice.
There you go. There's the farm's location.
My God.
Yeah. Like,
Just a fucking stone throws away from St. Petersburg.
just in case.
Oh my god.
Just in case. Why'd Russia put their country so close to his farm? Oh, apparently there is. Is that it? Which one? Hang on. There's more than one rabbit. There's more than one. Yeah, apparently there's a couple mangas about him.
Wait, are you serious?
He's there's at least one manga directly about him, and then he's a character in a couple of mangas. Yeah.
That's, I'm actually not that surprised. It's actually a thing that, like, Japanese actually does that a lot. They turn historical characters into, well, just characters. It's like their thing.
Okay, so, give me one sec. I do have, okay, so you would put Simo on, you would put him as your sniper. You would put Desmond Doss as your medic. For those of you that don't know who Desmond Doss is, look up Hacksaw Ridge. Desmond Doss had nuts the size of, like, Wisconsin. Dude was... Desmond was a conscientious objector. He was raised Seventh-day Adventist, and he didn't believe in taking life. But after Pearl Harbor, World War II erupted, and Desmond wanted to serve. He felt it was his duty, but he refused to carry a rifle or any weapon whatsoever.
It was against all his beliefs to hold any weapon.
Yeah, I saw this movie. I actually saw a movie about this.
Hacksaw Ridge.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
shit was baller.
He
I
is...
cried my eyes out by the end of it.
Yep, they still use some of his techniques in trauma surgery. This guy, it's a whole thing. The amount of cojones on that dude. So Dawson
Never took the Hippocratic Oath, but lived a life by it.
Yeah. Also, Rabbit, you know me too well.
Unless I'm wrong, Kai, and at some point he did take a Hippocratic Oath.
they gender swapped him.
Yeah.
So, okay, so your sniper is Simo, your medic is Doss. Your frontline tank, I don't have a specific person, but I do have a group that I'm willing to take any single person out of, and that would be the Gurkhas. The Gurkhas are stuff of fucking legend. They are probably maybe the baddest ass warrior class in all of history. They're Nepalese soldiers, and they oftentimes were found fighting alongside the British. And the stories about the Gurkhas are the stuff of legend, insofar as that every time you hear a story about the Gurkhas, you read the story, you hear the story, you know, like, that has to be embellished. That has to be hyperbole. And then you go look into the story and you find out that it's undersold. The Gurkhas are the most crazy, insane, badass, tough, like, fighters the world has ever seen. If you're up against the Gurkhas, just do yourself a favor and resign now and save yourself a lot of trouble. There's all sorts of crazy ass stories about them, up to and including, things like just taking on massive amounts of people at once, overcoming huge odds. Yananamo, the Leroy Jenkins of the Amazon. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Gurkhas. My favorite story from the Gurkhas is the time that the British were looking for a group to engage in a suicide mission, essentially, and they were going to paratrooper them in. And according to the story as it goes, the British commandant was standing and pacing back and forth in front of a group of Gurkha soldiers. And he said that essentially you're going to be parachuted in behind enemy lines, and we need you to engage in this, essentially suicide mission. And you're going to be airdropped. That's the key here. You're going to be airdropped into this mission and behind enemy lines. It's essentially a suicide mission. And he explains what the mission is to them. And he says, I'm looking for volunteers. And a few hands go up. And the British captain, the Sikhs. Sagahari. Yeah, that's a good one. Rabbit. Yep. The British officer says, I had heard such amazing things about you Gurkhas and your bravery. I thought a few more of you would volunteer than that. And the leader of the Gurkhas looks at the guy and says, "Sir, you may want to tell them they'll have parachutes first." The ones that hands gone up thought they were just going to be jumping out of planes. And they were still fine with it. And felt that they could still complete the mission. The Gurkhas are insane. You don't fuck with Gurkhas. So, if you need a tank, go with the Gurkhas. So you got a Gurkha. You've got Doss as your medic. You've got Simo over on Sniper. Who's the guy? I forget. Hold on.
I say Machno leads this group. That's interesting, Wilhelm. Was that just like in total throughout his life?
Rabbit. Monty Python actually had a joke about the Scottish 4th Infantry Suicide Brigade. Supposedly Caboose, the hands did go up after that. There's a few that have won. There's a few Medal of Honor recipients that hold on. Who's the
Well, you know what? Here's the hot take. I think someone from the Taliban should be leading this like ragtag militia badasses. Because they've survived their fair share of shit.
Oh, I would actually, if you wanted like guerrilla warfare tactics, I would actually get one of the British commandos. They're the inspiration for most of our stuff. Like when it comes to Navy SEALs and shit like that. Yeah, the British commandos are like the way to go. Who led them in that fucking suicide mission where they bombed they destroyed the locks in France? That was a hell of a mission. When they formed the commandos, basically the British Army hated them because they were not your regular army. They were all chosen sort of for their independent streaks and the fact that they were all intelligent and capable of thinking for themselves. And as such, they created such a group of insane warriors as a result of their training that some of the stories to come out of that mission were absolutely insane. Maybe, hang on, I can find it. Saint Nazaire, in France. Rabbit is the one. Is the one I'm thinking of. Yeah. Where they were worried about, I forget which ship it was, and they launched a mission there. And some of the stories to come out of the Saint Nazaire operation are absolutely insane. The odds that they were up against were just batshit insane. They had to like basically float past a whole bunch of like German gun emplacements into a controlled space. They had to ram a ship that was essentially a floating bomb into the dock successfully without getting shot up or without getting detected or shot up. And then they had to have a timing system on it that was at least some semi-reliable. And yeah, one of the guys out of there, he didn't make it out alive, but he the War College still recognizes him as one of their most advanced bomb makers of all time. The guy was a genius with bombs. And yeah, he devised a system to make this ship essentially a floating bomb with a timer that wouldn't unnecessarily go off. And yeah, they basically they managed to successfully get most of the way until fire erupted on them, and because they had a German code word book, and they managed to fake their way like 2/3 of the way, and when they were finally under fire, they managed to ram the ship up onto the lock, and it didn't detonate on time. So basically all of these commandos come flooding out of these ships, go aground, and just start like a guerrilla campaign behind the scenes. Now they're like, well, we got stuff to do, I suppose, before it goes off. And they just start taking shit out. And there's so many stories to come out of the Saint Nazaire mission. Yeah, like all the way up to and including like when they were finally captured, German officers in fact spoke highly about the British commandos, saying that they should be respected for their bravery and their behavior in battle. And one of the soldiers was apparently talking shit to one of the commandos, saying how we're going to torture and execute all of you, right as the bomb went off finally. He was basically standing there saying how this was a pointless mission and you've accomplished nothing except to get all of your fellow soldiers tortured and executed at our hands. Boom. The entire lock system is destroyed, with German soldiers crawling all over the locks and over the boats that they had brought in because the bombs were hidden in the hull and in the mid deck. And so, yeah, whoever that guy was from Saint Nazaire, he's your grenadier / bomb guy, for sure. And then, yeah, commanders, yeah, you want somebody who knows guerrilla work if you were going to do like that sort of like A-team sort of thing. And I would probably, I would probably go with my favorite, like if you need a face kind of guy, I would still go with my favorite Count Victor von Lustig. If you need a con man, he's probably the greatest con man of all time. And who was what's her name? Ching Shi. She would probably have to be on team. She's the most famous pirate of all time. She went from a prostitute to the most successful pirate captain or admiral of all time. She had a fleet of over 2,000 ships within her command by the end of her career, and she was so influential that she caused the entire European navies to bow to her. France, Spain, England, everybody wanted her out of the way, and at one point they all just said, we can't compete with her. We acquiesce. We just have to deal with her. She forced the Chinese emperor's court to grant her nobility status. All right, this is how baller this bitch was. She's like, you know what? If you want me to not rob your entire kingdom, make me a noble. Then we'll talk. Yeah, so I would put her on team as well. She's one of the baddest ass bitches to ever exist. And then, let's see. Who's the guy? There's only a few of them. I can't find the guy I'm thinking of. So, yeah. Yeah, Zippy. Oh. He didn't just pay her to stop. He sent her a letter saying, if there is but any sense of motherhood within you, you will stop murdering the sons of our great land. She had his balls in her purse. No, she really did. She really did. She was the baddest ass bitch to ever exist, probably. Oh, yeah, I like it, Karina. Yeah, I think it works better than the flippers.
Alrighty. Perfect then.
Yeah, there's some. This is the thing. Leftists are really uncomfortable with like military stuff because military and industrial complex and all that. But the trials of battle and warfare are one of the truest tests of the mettle of human beings, whether we like it or not. And some of the most amazing stories have come from warfare, from conflict, from battle. And to see what human beings are truly made of. Go look at some of the like multiple Medal of Honor recipients. Go look at some of the like Victoria Cross recipients. Jeremy Clarkson's father-in-law is a Victoria Cross awardee, and is one of the craziest fucking stories ever. There were tales being told about this dude who was running around the battlefield. Apparently his group was put down behind enemy lines, and like there was supposed to be like reinforcements available, and they weren't available, and his men were getting cut down. And they're like he waged a singular multi-day campaign against German tank and like tank divisions. And there were tales being told of this dude who took multiple like battle wounds, shrapnel wounds, bullet wounds, like torn clothes. At one point, a round went off, like an explosive round went off, and he was blinded and deafened, and he woke up in the medic's tent with blood coming from his ears, and his vision had returned, and he just ran back out to the battlefield. He was running up to tanks behind them, putting satchel charges on them. He was fucking doing spring-loaded explosive rounds at them. Like I said, for multiple days at a time. This dude's running around without shoes, too, by the way, was one of the things. He was so effective in the field against German tanks that he was literally bringing the morale of the troops around him up. And they also were engaging in acts of bravery that otherwise they wouldn't have done had he not been there to inspire them. And yeah, apparently, he when he was going to be awarded the Victoria Cross, and apparently one of the princes or somebody else in the royal family found the stories a little too hyperbolic and chose to investigate. The commander that he went to ask looked at him and said, in my opinion, sir, he's won it multiple times over. Like, the dude was insane. Clarkson even did a video on him one time, like a documentary or something like that. There's some crazy stories from war that show what human beings are capable of when we get pushed to that edge. And I know lefties are always like, we have a tendency to like, war, military. Yeah, it's terrible, but you want to see what we're capable of as species, as individuals, or as a collective. These are where the stories come from. I mean, Desmond Doss's story alone is one of the baddest ass stories ever told, and it's born of war. So, oh, I know Roy Benavidez. He was Vietnam, right? He was the guy who went back with the chopper, to save his men and didn't leave any behind. And he took like how many rounds? Yeah, with a knife. Yeah, he didn't even take his rifle. He just jumped on the Huey and went 37 shots. Yeah, he was shot 37 times. Yeah. Yeah, I know Benavidez off the top of my head. Leo Major. That one doesn't spring out at me. Hiroshi Miyamoto was from and lived in my hometown. I got to speak to him multiple times. Coolest and nicest dude ever. He ran a car mechanic shop in the town. Just down-to-earth guy. Okay, so French Canadian. Maybe that's why he doesn't spring to mind. What was his deal? Distinguished conduct. Oh, he's British, that's why. Oh, interesting. All right, yeah, I'll read about Leo. Why? What? Okay, hang on. Let me check account ages. Just for shits and giggles here. Yeah, figures. Yeah, no time for that shit. Fair enough, Zippy. What the fuck is wrong with these idiots? Oh, of course, it's a fairly brand new account anyway. Yeah, good grab on that one. Hello, Peter Griffin. Poop. Oh, and I mean, there was who was Rabbit? You're gonna know this Rabbit. Rabbit, you'll know this guy. Who was the South American guy that the Spaniards were so afraid of? They chopped off his hands and then they strapped machetes to his fucking nubs and went to war with him. Who I forget who that was, but I know you know this one. Hey, Toast. Yeah, oh great, it's escaped fucking Rabbit too. I think he was Aztec. I don't remember who he believed. Mapuche maybe. Yeah, this is gonna piss you off. Yeah. All right, I've offloaded it to you, Rabbit. let it drive you crazy. I forget who that was, but yeah, he led a like one man rebellion for a while, and then rallied the people, and yeah, they Galvarino. Thank you. Yeah, Mapuche. He was Mapuche. Fucking lost his hands after being taken prisoner and fucking strapped machetes to the fucking nubs and went back in. That dude was hardcore beyond belief. Yeah. I use an electric razor of some kind. I think it's a Norelco. I don't know off the top of my head. Did you, oh, no, you didn't. Galvarino. Well, I'm glad we figured that one out, Rabbit. Let's see. I don't know if you know Murray fought in the Korean War and got caught and became a prisoner of war and escaped with his guys. Oh, there's a few of those escapees. Motherfucker had to be on some local plant life. There's a few of those escapees that are really, I don't care about whatever weird fucking trolley thing you're doing with like ibuprofen. Like I don't care whatever that is like about. Yeah, Straya, you feel free to use your best judgment on that matter. Stab. I don't use either of them, to be perfectly honest. Rab, it's too bad for your liver. I don't use it. It's bad for your liver. It's just the fact of the matter. And for whoever was asking earlier fucking about Federalist 10. Federalist 10 is where Madison addresses how you rectify the interests of the individual citizen with the needs of the social group or the community. That's the purpose and reason for the existence of Federalist paper number 10. And if you're wondering, it really starts in paper number 9. So if you want to grasp Federalist 10, you need to read Federalist 9. But I mean, realistically, you probably need to read all of them. But if you want to grasp the point of Federalist 10, you need to read Federalist 9. So there you go. But yeah, the point of Federalist 10 is just to explore the concept of how one is to rectify the issues of individual autonomy and sovereignty within a society with the needs of the societal whole.
Okay, so what did I miss while I was gone?
Whole bunch of shit. Who the fuck knows? Few bad actors. Somebody came in wishing harm upon other people immediately, telling somebody to literally harm themselves.
Okay.
And then, yeah, there's a few like that are probably going to run awry of the mods very quickly.
Amazing. No.
Yeah, I told Estrella to use your best judgment.
Yeah, just fucking snipe them.
Yeah, that one's been spamming a bit. Dude, cheetah sheets. So. I mean, it's just, you know, I don't know where. I have a suspicion at the moment, but yeah, I'm not entirely sure.
I'm having somebody tell me that apparently this has been happening to other folks.
Yeah, I'm not too terribly surprised, but yeah, we're gonna see. cs.kaisthings.com, Australia. cs. But a cheetah sheet would be nice. Oh, Straya's looking to get some exercise in. Okay, best quote from him. I would rather die than live like you, and I'm only sorry that my death will keep me from tearing you to pieces with my teeth. Yeah, that guy was insane, Rabbit. Like, I remember reading about his story a while back, and it was just absolutely batshit insane. Fucking Galvarino. Like, this dude was crazy as fuck. The Spaniards cut off both his hands, so he's like, yeah, I'm good. Strap some machetes and send me back in, coach.
God damn.
Yeah. Yeah, he led his people back into battle with against the Spaniards with machetes strapped to his nubs. The guy was working on a different level. Just 100% different level. Let's see. What is the claim? Is this the same person every time doing this? Hang on. $78? No, different one, which leans towards coordination. What is the claim of Well, somebody asked what the claim of Federalist 10 is, and then somebody else asked what the claim of Federalist 78, which has to do with conduct of federal judges and the judiciary as a whole. But again, the fact that two different people asked using the same wording as to what the claim, which, by the way, these aren't claims. The Federalist Papers didn't really make claims outright. What they were is more so was almost a political science or philosophical exploration of what the governmental standards or operating modalities should be from the position of James Madison. But the fact that two different people specifically asked what the claim of Federalist 10 and then 78 are is a little sus. I'm just going to put that out there.
I hate on Reddit as of recently.
What?
I've just noticed, like in Chuddy Spaces, apparently like Reddit's a new target for ridicule these days.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know.
Reddit is always a target for Chuddy Spaces, specifically because they see it as a place where wokeness can still prosper.
Is that literally just it?
Yeah, no, it has always been. It's like they see it as the... You know how we see like certain environments as like, hey, they shouldn't exist because they're only going to breed cesspools. They see Reddit as their version of that.
And whatever your fucking name is, Thurtle. Hey, Doc. Who you're looking for here. I'll just fucking put it in chat for you though. At Doc. There you go. Oh, they're begging for banning. How hilarious. That is like, please justify my victim status. You know? Get stray, exactly. Now you get to stay.
Yeah.
You're trapped in here with us. Oh yeah, who got banned instantly? Let's see, Larry.
Yeah, one of the others.
Oh, Larry vaccinated. Interesting. Jesus.
4chan? Is it me or is 4chan just like steadily gotten more psychotic? Like ever since like the fucking Biden like win. Like it just seems like less, like even more unhinged than usual.
Well, I mean, to be perfectly honest, it is a predictable pattern we saw with Obama too.
Yeah.
Yeah, when Obama was elected, fucking a lot of these words that we're not allowed to use anymore on Twitch because the Twitch mod staff identifies as them, so we're not allowed to use them anymore. A lot of these 4chan insert word here sort of lost their fucking mind when Obama was elected as well. And plus anytime, you know, a woman comes involved or, you know, any of that sort of stuff. Yeah.
No, it's definitely more psychotic, Duffy.
Yeah, I agree, Wilhelm and Kat. Yeah, at some point it got worse. It was always a little
But they were always a little off, mind you.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that they weren't fucking crazy, but like...
They were always
I don't know,
4chan.
just some feels a little bit different this time around.
Yeah. A lot of replying to a lot of.
I've never heard about that.
Oh, Rabbit. Yeah, it's been a while since I've heard that one. Yeah, Caboose put in the testimony as well. As a former 4chaner, I can attest it's gotten bad. Alienation under capitalism is rough, Sertle. It's okay. We still love you. You're still a fellow human being on this planet. I care about you. I want your needs to be met. I wish you the best, despite any lashing out you may do, despite any toxic ideologies you may hold.
Yeah, we get that you're doing this for attention. It's all right. You're not getting it from other spaces that you should be getting it from.
Sertal, 1, I'm not lonely, and 2, I have tons of connections to my family. So if you're talking about, like, us, you're pretty inaccurate.
Some of us almost wish we had less connections to our family.
Yeah.
With real
I know, right?
Yeah.
Rabbit. Oh. I mean, Sertal, I'd invite you on the air to have a conversation and talk it out, but I'm pretty sure that you're operating in bad faith, and the first thing you do is probably scream a bunch of gamer words. So, I'm not going to do that. Oh, for fuck's sake. You think you can slip it by in Spanish? Like, you've got two people who speak Spanish
understand, my friend.
on the air right now. Like, come on. Yeah, fucking, like, oh, your head isn't beautiful. Fucking, you're a fucking... Come on. Come on, dude. Like, try harder.
Don't be that guy, Sertal. Alright? It's not as cool as you may think. Shit. Yeah, that had to be pulled, Zippy.
As does the second one. Rev, I only had 2 years of Spanish and I call it that. Like, come on.
I mean, to be fair, that is 2 years.
Yeah, 2 years is a lot.
So just started watching. We're just fucking with somebody in chat right now. Because, you know, that's what you do.
Names I don't recognize. Right now, I'm a little suspicious of a lot.
So, Rev, it's a lot more than a lot of people can say.
It is true, Estrella. 4 years of Latin and forgot everything. But, I mean, Latin's a dead fucking language anyway, so it's not like you get
Yeah,
many
you're not going
chances
to hear it on the regular.
Yeah. A friend of mine just sent me this. I will look at that later, Caboose. Dude, there's too many. How many for, like, was it Rev that did, no, it was Estrella that did the Latin. Like, I know there's like 8 in Latin or something like that. Yeah. Fair enough, Rabbit. Yeah.
Dude, but Rabbit, fuck French. You know?
I mean, you know, it's not like you live in a country where there's millions of French people coming through the border, are there?
Even if that was happening, fuck French.
It is. I mean, I'm not a fan of Spanish either, but it's kind of a functional thing. You kind of need a lick of it when you live in the Southwest. And if you want to get a really good taco, all the best places don't speak English.
Yeah.
So, you know. I was headed to the Caribbean, don't at me. That's fair. There's a couple of French-speaking islands down there, but not like French. They all speak
it's like Creole and shit.
Yeah, Creole and stuff, yeah. But yeah, he was headed down to Dominica.
Oh, then yeah.
Yeah, they speak a weird, I forget what it's a mix of down there, but yeah, it's definitely a unique, bespoke version of French to the island.
Oh, that would probably like move it into patois territory.
All you need for that is un plato de tacos, por favor.
Right, you just gotta insert whatever meat, you know.
Lingua. The answer is lingua.
Lingua, el pastor, you know, all that shit.
The answer is lingua. Motherfuckers, if you hadn't had a lingua taco prepared by, you know, some short lady in a dress with a poofy skirt yet, you know, with a bunch of kids running around, trust me, It's the best taco on earth.
Yeah. As a Korean, you're one to talk, Kaiser.
Yes, Rev, it does. Caboose, holy shit, that's 100% true. I've lived in the Southwest for a minute. I know where the tacos come from. I know how to spot a good taco stand. It's like, oh, look, there's a white guy preparing my taco. Pass. I need a short little Mexicana. Like, she needs a short little Mexicana Latina. She needs to be preferably from Oaxaca. I prefer the Oaxaca foodstuffs, but there's other stuff spread around. But the Oaxacans
Like
get my vote.
shit.
Yeah.
It's technically Creole, but it's close. Okay, so yeah, it's just like a dialect type thing. Okay, good to know.
You prefer tripe. Interesting, Kaiser. That's
El pastor is my shit. That's what I get down with. And birria.
fair enough. Pastor is a good, solid taco. Stand by. Come on. El Pastor is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Liver, pass. Hard pass. It's okay, Caboose. It's okay.
God damn it, Rabbit. Oh, it's too good. It's true as fuck, though.
Well, I think they left. I think they didn't get the reaction they wanted.
Oh, Rabbit.
No. There was a batch of about 10 people who came in simultaneously.
Okay.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, they were
I
doing
don't
a
know.
thing.
Whenever that happens, I just assume it's a bunch of like disaffected, young, angry teenagers from 4chan. Then just, pretty much it.
No joke. There's a short old Mexican lady in town who makes some of the best food I ever had in my life. It's always that way, Caboose.
Yeah.
Something about middle school is hard. Okay, said Estrella. There's something about Mexican food, and I'm being specific. This isn't like a Latin American sort of thing, right? Like, there's something about Mexico that makes them some of the best all-purpose cooks that you will ever come across. I wish I could identify it. I don't know what it is. Anthony Bourdain didn't know what it was, but even he said it as well. Something about a Mexican cook. There's something about the culture, the confluence of factors. They are some of the best all-purpose cooks the world has ever seen. Put them at a French restaurant, put them at a Taiwanese restaurant, put them at an American grill. It doesn't matter. There's something about them that just, they excel. They're some of the best cooks on the planet. It's amazing.
Because we don't give a fuck about heart conditions. You want to know the secret to a lot of the Mexican foods? It's fuckloads of salt, lard, and I mean like pig lard too, like legit shit.
But that's the same as the
And-
Deep South. But
Easy. But what I'm getting is that they got the extra steps with like they're also okay with putting in the plant bits, and that's where like the variety comes in. So you know, all
it's
sorts of herbs and all that shit goes in.
it's
fucking-
not just their
you know.
food though. There's something about the confluence of factors that makes it so that they can lend their hand towards anybody's food style. Like, I mean, you can drop a Mexican cook into, on the line at a 3-star Michelin restaurant, a French restaurant, and they can hang. Like, it is astounding the level of competence of cookery within the Mexican culture. They're just good at it. Yeah, they're good at cooking in that part of the world. Buy your lard in a bucket. Yeah, mad respect to all the Mexican line cooks out there. They're just, I mean, I'll tell you right now, without Hispanic people, our food service collapses. That's just the truth of the matter there. But let's see. It is, I want to get this started earlier tonight. So yeah, we're coming up on 3. I think that
Tiger Tank, you're white.
and they have an account. And they have an account that was
I'm
created within a couple of months. Come on, they're a fucking
I'm,
troll.
I'm just gonna call it how it is, because if you haven't worked them kitchens and you ain't seen them brown folks in the back,
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. You're white.
Every back of the house I've ever seen. Yep.
You need to get out there and work in some kitchens, cuz.
Jippy and our food would taste bad, yeah. Yeah. I do love that you just sort of like had that locked and loaded. Just like, you're white.
You know, I mean, that's like the one way to know that they've just never worked back, like in the, in a kitchen and restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know. They literally just do not possess that knowledge.
This Korean lady who owned a restaurant in Boston had a kitchen crew that was entirely Hispanic, says Cupcake. Yeah. Dude, our food service collapses without Hispanic people. 100%. That's just a fact of life. Did you know 98% of food in this of produce in this country passes through Latino hands? That's a real statistic. It's a real fucking number. 98% of our produce passes through Latino hands. Our food supply, our restaurant industry, so much of our food in general without the Hispanic people just collapses instantly.
Yep.
You rabbit, yeah. Oh God, I miss Uncle Tony, Saint Tony. I miss him. The world got darker when he died for me. And Bourdain's to go-to line. You want to work as a chef? Learn prison Spanish.
Moose, I got some disappointing news for you.
Yeah, no.
Let me tell you something about Latin America.
Argentinians are good anarchists.
Yeah. Fuck. I mean, the Aztecs sold out to the Spanish quick as fuck, because they recognized a lot of the fucking like a lot of that fucking what's it called? Because a lot of that hierarchical shit that the Spanish is bringing over just jived with them. They dug the shit out of it.
Rabbit.
They were authoritarian as fuck.
Yeah, rabbit. Let's
literally had a sacrificial calendar as a means to appease to higher powers. It was kind of like built into their system.
Yeah. Yeah. Being community, and that's the thing, is like there's way more to being an anarchist than being community oriented. But weren't the Aztecs basically imperialists? Yes. I mean, obviously there wasn't like nation states back then or all that shit, But they did the things. They had their fucking gigantic ass military, fucking sophisticated as fuck too.
However,
Everybody.
I love that rabbit. They
they
pissed off.
learned
Well,
how to
everybody.
feed their people better than any other culture of their time, creating floating agriculture.
And it was something that, like, globally too. Like they just, like the Aztecs were some of the most one of the most developed societies, full stop, in the world during that time.
And just genocided.
Yeah.
But wait, hang on. I'm having trouble here. Aren't they indigenous?
Yeah.
But I thought they were supposed to be magic people who never harmed anybody.
Yeah. The grift has gotten out.
But this is what left Twitter has taught me. Is that all indigenous people are literally magical beings that rode around on unicorns and never hurt anybody anywhere ever. Are you telling me that they were people?
War.
That they were human beings just like the rest of us? Now that seems a little outlandish. That seems racist.
Yeah.
I think you've internalized the language of the oppressors. Yeah, I think that's what's happening there. Yeah.
Having like PTSD flashbacks here, Kai.
Wilhelm, the unicorn part is real though.
Decolonize your mind, man.
I love that. Hashtag Lambach. Hashtag Lambach.
Hashtag Landek.
Zippy, I do know that. And hashtag lamb chop. Zippy, I do know that, and that is one of my favorite things about Scotland, is that their national animal is a unicorn.
Damn Scots, they ruined Scotland.
Fucking Glenbeck. Oh, two people. Rabbit and Rev both went for it. Yeah, I love that about them.
The thing that gets me too about it is that as a culture, they are known for having a mythical monster. And it's just not that one.
Oh, they've got a bunch. What's the fucking... I mean, they've got a bunch. They've got, like, shape-shifting monsters. Kelties or some shit is one of the most common ones that they talk about, but there's...
Oh, there are plenty.
Yeah, there's, like,
I just mean,
dozens.
Like, Scotland is known mostly for Loch Ness monsters at this point.
Yeah.
Because the media.
You just gotta do an accent on it, Caboose.
Rabbit. You're not going to get any love from me for the Aztlan pricks.
Yeah.
I
As a Putupecha, we literally just, like, my tribe basically just said, fuck it, mountains. Fuck y'all, we're just gonna fucking chill. So yeah, I get it.
chosen people, my ass. This rabbit. Rabbit. Somebody screenshot that. Rabbit is anti-Semitic. Rabbit is an anti-Semite. Somebody screenshot that.
Got his ass.
Fucking hashtag canceled.
Are there Aztec stands on Twitter? I mean, I'm sure there are. You know, I'm sure none of them are actually, you know, the Aztecs themselves.
Rev, interesting. Middle Eastern unicorn myths. They whistle through their horns and eat people.
Yeah, the Putupecha.
I love that.
Let me
I'm
tell you the level of isolationism that happened here, Rabbit. Putupecha as a language has basically developed like so distinctly on its own that it's completely unintelligible to like other like indigenous languages in Mexico. Like they can't understand it in any capacity.
Caboose grabbed it.
Just gotta do one more prop there.
Fucking did you dirty rabbit. Are there?
Oh, that. I mean, what I'm saying is that like there are Aztec stands, but I feel like it's just like kind of it's like kind of a subculture thing. It's not really like a. It's like vampires and shit to them. It's not like people that like actually like I'm not like Aztec supremacists aren't a thing. That's kind of like where my mind went to.
It's like standing Egyptian pharaohs. You're not actually standing the politics. You're just standing the aesthetics and kind of mythos behind them.
Yeah. Like it's just a costume to them more so, and an aesthetic more so than like, you know. Like when I think of like for example, like when I think like a Juche stand, I think of people that like actually ascribe to like Jucheism and shit, which is cringe, but it happens.
See, Rabbit, that's one of the many reasons why I love you though, is that you get to introduce my pale white ass to some of this craziness that I'm not aware of. I wasn't even aware of Indian Twitter until you introduced me to it.
Is that a thing?
Dude, the like American Indian movements on Twitter have their own sort of sphere,
Oh my god.
and it is
I
one
need to get into that.
lots of beads.
Just straight up.
So many beads. They're all selling beadwork. And then and then 2, some really interesting takes.
Like interesting chuddy or interesting as in like that's like really different.
Chuddy.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. It was definitely an interesting evening after Rabbit put me in touch with it, pointed me in the right direction, and I just scrolled and scrolled and scrolled and scrolled. It's like, oh, wow. Just a couple of key hashtags will get you into it. And once you're there, it's like, oh, all right. Yeah.
Rabbit, I'm not ready for that. I already have to deal with like La Raza, like just as a thing with like Latin Americans, period. I can't do that shit. That's an extra layer of bullshit that I'm not ready for.
Rev, if you actually scroll through like, indigenous Twitter, they've sold their beadwork out to the capitalists. They don't care.
Yeah.
They don't
They're
care.
just trying to make a buck. They're trying to survive here, son.
Yeah. Dude, like, and every third post, I started filtering. I started like muting people because like every third post on the hashtags that Rabbit hooked me up with was literally somebody selling beadwork. It was a thing.
Goddamn.
Yeah. I don't think their beadwork sells for shit either, Riff, but yeah, it seems
Mexico from Mexico. I mean, here's the funny thing, Rabbit, is like it's weird hearing people stand like the Los Zapatistas and shit, but that's like their whole thing. Like a lot of them are like very close to saying just straight up blood and soil in that bitch. Like Mexico should belong to who it really belongs to and all that jazz. You know?
See, they're the
Weird
good
as
ones,
fuck.
Rabbit. They're the good ones. Beaters that do penises and stuff.
Oh, they're just straight up say, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not surprised, but,
Yeah.
hey.
I just... Astray, have y'all never been to a flea market? There's so much... Dude, it's weird.
God.
It's weird. It's 2021, and we've basically devolved into sectarian violence at this point. Like, we're sectarianism is back on the menu, boys.
See, my thing is, did we ever really... is it really a devolve, or is it just a return to tradition here?
Return to tradition. Yeah.
Because that's kind of more the vibe that I'm getting.
Yeah,
Just
return
about
to
the history of leftism, it just seems like brutal sectarian murder.
Oh, just
Boom.
not even leftism, just humanity.
Well, yeah, but specifically within our intellectual tradition.
Rev, there was a moment there in my lifetime when we were legitimately sort of like, maybe we can like pull this together, and now we're back to like unironic separatism, like racial separatism, which is super concerning. Hashtag Lembach.
Blood and soil wither, that's basically like, it's a Nazi phrase, basically. Like, it's something to the effect of, like, if your people have spilled blood in this land, it belongs to you, that sort of shit. It's like very,
Well,
like, fash bullshit.
Well, white people
You
died.
have, like, a blood claim to this land.
White people died trying to steal this land from brown people. So how does that work?
That is, like, literally the logic behind blood and soil. If you've won it through conquest, then it's yours.
Yeah. Like it's not a good avenue to go down.
It's not magic dirt theory, Rev. It's just like that whole, like, people have a claim to land, and that claim is through violence or conquest or whatever the fuck. It's literally just like lizard brain fast shit.
God. Braza de Oro. Golden
Yeah.
race. Golden race.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Well, yes, Duffy, but like that's not what they mean.
No, Duffy, what you need to get is somebody who is like brown or black to stab you in the hand. And then you're good.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Like if you're like it's basically that whole like my ancestors have died for this land, therefore it's like mine now. Or like I'm obligated to fight for it. Like that sort of shit.
Rabbit. Well, Rabbit, as you and I have established, I'm 164th something. I forget the tribe that we decided to go with. Maryland. So feel free to throw it at me again. I'm 164th something, like, you know, descended from a queen or something like that. Lenape. Thank you, Rabbit. I'm 164th Lenape, a queen of the Lenape sort of thing. You know, so I too have a claim for something. This isn't a grift at all. But by the way, buy my magic water, and I have some books coming out soon that I'm gonna need you all to buy as well, or else you are racists. Yeah. So many fucking grifts and scams going on right now that are just using. It's weird that it's not weird, I suppose. It is funny to watch the grifters keep up with the times, and how like the indigenous movement was sort of gaining a little traction, getting a little ground. It was sort of becoming a thing, and all of a sudden the grifters take on indigenous aesthetics. That is
It's weird as fuck. Like even like just straight up like white people too. You know what I mean? Like those whole like decolonizers and shit. They give me the heebie-jeebies, especially if they're white.
You know what freaks me out is when a black dude goes down and joins the Freemasons and then starts talking about Gnosticism and spirit science. I'm never gonna let that go. That is weird as shit.
You know what, J Miles? I'm just gonna bite the bullet and say yeah. If you especially if you're unaware of that fact happening.
Oh yeah. Technically, yeah. No, you died and you were just copied, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah. If my experience from that point on is not harmed, yeah, fuck it. I died, came back. It don't matter.
I'm good.
Didn't do nothing.
If you can run me through a filter too while you're at it and fix some stuff at the, like, you know, quantum level, just saying. I'm willing to take that one.
Yeah, no, I would, I'm up for that.
Yeah.
Hey, degenerative bone diseases. Just like, delete that shit if you could. Just in case.
Oh my
I have
god,
a
we
theory
just...
that Mormonism is a mix of Islam and Gnosticism.
So I kind of want to do this. And forgive me. Hey, Lady Gaga is a liar, who said, yeah, my name is indicative alone that my account wasn't made a long time ago. What about her story has you so on the warpath that you decided to spin up a brand new Twitch account so that you can walk around carrying this placard everywhere you go? I've never been raped. I've just nullified your claim.
Oh god. How old are you, Gaga, if you don't mind us asking? You don't even have to give an exact age, just like ballpark. We're talking 20s, 30s.
Shave it down even further. Their username is a liar. Hey, is a liar. How old are you? Like, what's your age range? Exactly, Wilhelm. Cognitive age doesn't count.
Just, you know, it helps me build a mental profile.
Because we have your doubts that you're somebody with, like, adulthood.
Well, no, I'm going either A, he's very old and he's done some shit, or B, he's very young and he's been,
Hasn't done some shit.
yeah, and like he's, he's hanging in some spaces that might make him do some shit. I don't know, I'm just asking. That's what I'm saying.
That would
that's,
fit
that's
as
part
well.
of the very young age I'm talking about. I'm talking
Yeah.
like teens to 20s is like the young age
25 is
range. That,
25
like,
is
hasn't
still
done
you
shit
haven't
yet.
really lived.
Yeah. Age
No,
is
it's
just
not.
a number anyway.
No,
Oh,
it's not.
God.
I used to say that when I was young too.
No, we're talking about cognitive development here. It's actually pretty persistent. Could we stay on track here? That'd be nice.
I'm assuming male, Zippy,
Of course.
but I don't know. This is not a cyberbully channel.
Hello.
Really not.
Hello,
Hello,
Josh. Do your name some credit.
I haven't been on Twitch for a while. Have you had any people with very strange and wild takes on Israel-Palestine conflict? Could you tell me that one that stuck to you? Bad Bunny is just cool with Hamas. So there's that. It's like the biggest one. Like, she's just cool with Hamas.
I could understand if you would be like, oh, I can make excuses for Hamas because they're in a very tight situation. But if you're just like, nah, they deserve to keep doing what they're doing, no.
For me, I wouldn't
I
even
understand
accept
her
that
logic.
shit.
I get it.
I'm just not gonna accept genocidal ideologies. That's my hard line.
I think I see her thought process. I
No,
think
I mean,
see
I
it.
get it, but then, like, on that same note, though, you could make that same defense for the Nazis
Yes,
in Germany. You
you're-
could make that
you're
same
right.
defense for
Bad-
the Soviets in Russia.
You're right. Is a liar. Bad Bunny used to be a national socialist. Are you sure about that one?
I'm not. That's a bit of a reach, my G.
Lady Gaga is a liar. Bad Bunny is a former Nazi. Posting on 4chan automatically makes you someone who ascribes to or follows the teachings of the National Socialist Party. Yes, that is for sure how that works. Or we could understand that you are abusing the language and that you really don't know what you're talking about. But yeah. Racist does not equal Nazi. Okay? There are people who are not Nazis who are racists. And your all-encompassing, monolithic, hyperbolic statements sort of telling. You, again,
wish I could shit
don't
on
have
Bad
to be
Bunny without these
German
fucking idiots
to be a
coming into the
Nazi
fold.
either. You really don't... Wow. You know what? It's Friday. I'm going to ask. Am I allowed? Can we just lift the restrictions a little bit? I'm not going to TOS. Can I just speak my mind?
Right.
You don't really know anything. Lady Gaga is a liar. You're young, you're angry, you're probably mid-20s, little under mid-20s if I had to guess. You have limited life experiences when it comes to these things. You really haven't traveled the globe at all, and you like hyperbolic, apocryphal statements. And so the fact of the matter is that everything that falls out of your mouth in chat, it has to be taken with a grain of salt.
If you're gonna leave, Gaga, I want one piece. I just want you to absorb one piece of advice before you leave. No means no. If she's not fucking explicitly telling you yes, you shouldn't go for it. People can be uncomfortable, and that's enough to stop. All right.
Generally, and just as a point of order, generally geniuses know how to spell the word genius. Just saying.
Oh God, Gaga. Dear God.
Dear God.
This is what I expect.
Okay.
What I expected.
Oh no.
So, I wish you the best of luck. I hope you eventually find whatever it is you need to find some level of fulfillment in your life. I really do. I'm not fucking with you. I really do hope you grow up one day and find what you need. I would hate for anybody to like grow old and still be that like salty fucking, it's just sad. It's just sad. So I do wish you the best of luck, but you know, knock it the fuck off because everybody can see through it, and it's really cringeworthy.
Wait, are you a fan of the channel?
No, Rabbit said that in chat.
Okay.
Yeah. See right there,
Okay,
point of
good.
personal privilege, and then it reacts to that comment.
Okay, good. All right, just to let you know that there, guy, we don't actually use that in a serious term. That is a joke making fun of socialists. So before you go and run away taking this as proof, we're laughing at it, and we're laughing at you too.
Yeah, and thank you for
Yeah.
deleting that, Estrella. That needed to go.
My God.
We've literally sat here. Sade. Yeah, we know.
Yeah, we know, Gaga. That's
We-
why it's
we
a
know
joke
where
around
it's
these
from.
parts.
We
We're,
literally.
we're anarchists, gotta keep that in mind. We're not really big fans of the DSA either.
Get it. Oh, man. Wither got in there between it. I wanted it to be a continuous string.
It's always something with these people.
Yeah. Yeah, so
I-
you've clearly demonstrated your superior intellect while on this channel. We will bow down before you and kiss your mighty feet. O Lord, he who has such mighty balls of steel. We will tell stories and sing poetry for years to come about your glorious, magnificent intellect. Come on, dude. It's sad.
I just can't. I just, just go on a walk, man. Find some hiking buddies.
I'll do you good.
Deplug from the internet.
So, yeah, because that's definitely.
Just let them ramble. Let them. It's like a dog or a child. You just gotta let them tucker themselves out.
Sweetheart, baby, boo boo. Yeah,
Everyone
Rabbit's
knows-
right. Go
Everyone knows you
touch some
cut your
grass.
gum.
My grandfather's in Mensa. You're right. Oh God. Don't cue them because they were they'd eventually bring up IQ on their own. It's the same with all of these people. They fucking I have a high IQ. It's sad.
I just can't believe he's unironically talking about just like date raping chicks.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna say this
Who
thing,
you
and
for
I'm
that
gonna
shit?
say this with pretty good confidence. Most dumbass white kids just come up with a number at some point in high school for their IQ and never check if it's too high or not and just run with it.
So 1400 is the wrong number?
That-
Oh, okay. Okay. Damn.
Oh, damn.
I don't know Lady Gaga, but here's an interesting fact. Stephen Hawking said anyone who talks about their IQ is a loser. I'm just saying. And generally, he didn't talk about how smart he was. People who go around saying that they're geniuses and they have a high IQ generally don't have a high IQ and aren't geniuses. Just like the guy who talks about how he has a big dick usually doesn't have a big dick. The guys with big dicks don't need to talk about how they have big dicks because they have big dicks. Welcome to life, young one. It's sad. It's pathetic. Grow up.
You need to stop watching whatever like self-help gurus you're watching, cause
Lady Gaga, Hawking probably has a huge ego but acts like he doesn't. Stephen Hawking is dead.
Okay,
He-
well,
he-
besides that,
He has
the
no
dude was also a
IQ,
comedian.
and he doesn't act like anything anymore. He's rotting in the ground. For a genius, you don't understand tense very well.
Who the fuck is that guy? Who the fuck is knees over toes? Anybody got a...
like head and shoulders, knees and toes.
No. There's like apparently a content creator called Knees Over Toes. It's a self-help guru.
Never heard of him.
I need some context here.
Oh, interesting. Were they the same
The
one?
shtick.
Were they the same one that talking about how redditors are losers? Is this the same person? I have trouble keeping all of these chuds straight in my mind.
I have no clue. He just said that he watches Knees Over Toes. That's the only self-help guru he watches.
Because I mean, they're a redditor.
Uh,
So okay, so here's knees over toes.
yes, you did, Gaga. Don't fucking lie to us. All right, we can take all the other bullshit, but don't lie to us. I very much remember you calling them fucking losers. a
No,
while
different
back.
person. Different person. I'm checking. Yeah, it's a different person. This is wow. I didn't notice their first comment though. Their first comment in their history is special.
Want to share?
Yeah, just some, shade thrown at an indigenous group. That's all.
Oh,
Yeah, it was the Cherokee specifically.
you feel big, don't you?
About.
I don't fucking know, Rabbit. I can't keep track of all these self-help gurus.
Oh, he's just a personal coach.
Okay.
He's just a fucking dude who charges chuds $50 a month for an online gym. Personal training reinvented. The first online gym in the world that coaches your form 7 days a week for only $49.50 a month. Use code FreshStart 2021 for 50% off the first month. Featured on Joe Rogan.
Is on Rogan.
Docker.
That's literally the first, you just go to his page and that's the fucking featured on Joe Rogan. That's his credibility.
You gotta be getting these takes from somewhere, my guy.
Oh my god. His philosophy is literally the fucking skeleton song, is the anatomy song. Oh my god.
Head and shoulders, knees and toes.
Yes. I'm not kidding you.
How is that his philosophy?
Guessing in relation to working out.
Yep. What programs do you offer? Oh, Jesus Christ. This could injure somebody, actually.
What's he recommending?
At ATG, that's his fucking thing. Like ATG.com or whatever the fuck he's calling it. Either way. At ATG, we don't address conditions. Conditions have their place, but we believe the human body was designed correctly. And our role in the system is helping you travel a route of improving your already pain-free abilities.
Okay, so it's just like a straight meathead. Of course. And of course he was on Rogan.
Oh, he doesn't accept fucking cryptocurrency. So this guy's a fucking loser. I mean, he only
without crypto.
he only accepts like big finance payments, like credit cards and debit cards and PayPal. It sounds like this guy's a tool of the establishment.
That.
He's really cagey too. Yeah, he's really cagey about like ACL and knee stuff. Like, you know,
Did he? Let me guess. He had like a few botched surgeries, and he just still can't get over it.
I don't know what his deal is. I'm not gonna watch some of these fucking videos, but yeah, he basically has a fucking. You want to know what the program is? I'm basically looking at it now. It's
Like 5x5, just renamed.
it's deep squats, knee bends, some asymmetric like dips, and all of this like with, you know, strengthen the ACL, the hamstring, and the quads so that your knee trouble is minimized.
Okay, so he's like basically selling self-help physiotherapy that's completely like just unlooked or
Yeah.
done by a non-professional.
Yeah, and he admits himself, like all over the place. I have no training. I have no expertise. I have no medical training. I have no physio training.
Right then. Well,
Yeah, it's a program designed that could probably fuck you up for $50 a month.
only $50?
$50 a month for something that is already created, not customized or tailored to you really in any way, shape, or form, and is just sort of an online. If like here's the video. Yeah, seems like a great dude. Yeah, or you could go to a real sports performance facility and actually get a physiotherapist and a trainer.
Yeah, I mean, look at what all the top guys are doing in like literally any sport. It's definitely not just ignoring the limitations of your body like he's fucking advertising.
You're adorable, Gaga. I have a personal trainer. Kat's a fucking MMA fighter. Karina's got a physiotherapist.
Muay Thai.
Fucking Muay Thai. Yeah, Rabbit's a fucking former like weightlifter, bodybuilder. Like, are you shitting me? Like, people in this channel already probably are more athletic than you, quite frankly. Cassidy used to do Tough Mudders. I mean,
I wasn't Olympic or anything, but I was a top tier gymnast in my day.
flex your bicep.
go back to that.
Prove it. They look tiny. Have you ever seen a rock climber?
Biceps.
We know.
Dude, what do you
Mwah.
think? Like, do you think all athletic people look like Arnold Schwarzenegger? Because just to let you know, that man could be outperformed by most actual athletes. He was a bodybuilder. It was all
Hey,
show.
Kai,
No
you wanna pull up a video of Kevin Durant doing bench press?
Sure.
Doing bench presses? Just for a little Gaga here.
Yeah, let's get some.
Is it the 315?
showing-
Kevin Durant. He's like a big, wiry motherfucker.
Yeah, no.
NBA player. You'll see him. Got a beard. There he is. There's your boy. There he is. Ah, you fucking missed the press. But, you know, point is, dude is like,
We want to
just-
see the weight and how big
he's
he
just-
is.
he's just skin. Well, he's like 6'11", but, you know, he's skin and bones, end of the day.
And those are 50s on there?
I'm assuming.
So what we're looking at, like 260 here?
Hey, story girl.
Well, apparently, allegedly, it's 315.
Okay.
And he's like 6'11", like 215, thereabouts. So he's like a big old skinny fuck. Point is, like,
Let's go
bicep
into the
size.
50s. because you would have had 200
Like, you
on
can
either
be
side.
tall and thick as fuck. Trust me. You can be fucking massively built at his size. Like literally any center in the NBA.
I know.
Or any player in the NFL. Or fucking, like...
How I feel about
You
it.
know-
That's not how muscles work, dude. And I'm assuming a dude, pardon me, but
Oh no,
just-
there's no way it's not.
Yeah, this was definitely a young, angsty guy.
Ooh, Crash fucking would hang on. Oh shit. Crash is
Okay, let me.
Crash is
Yeah,
gonna
look at any gymnasts, Muay Thai fighters, like even if you're fucking shredded, you know, you like.
Oh yeah.
You know, very few people get like that big old fucking like brolic look to
And
them,
story-
especially if they're doing athletic pursuits.
Story girl, thanks for the 3 months. And hey there.
Oh.
It looks like Crash is gonna fucking switch over to YouTube as well. I just got a notification on his Discord, Crash Keck. He's considering switching platforms with YouTube being the most likely. He's gonna go live stream over there instead.
I think YouTube is definitely the game these days.
Yeah, it looks like Crash.
My only issue with them is they have a much stricter policy.
Former climber, Gaga.
Yeah.
Former climber.
Also, I just showed a picture of
TFC
the world's fastest man right now.
TFCC
and he is
tears will
toned
do that
all
to you.
heck. Pardon?
No, you go ahead.
Sorry. Yeah, Usain Bolt.
Small
And
calves.
this man, he's not that like muscular
No.
in like bulk. He's very toned, but he is not laying on much weight.
Jesus, this
Well, I mean,
is
yeah,
a
he has
huge
to run
resolution.
25 miles an hour.
Exactly. So I'm just wondering where this.
I mean,
this
like,
premise
look,
is.
his shoulders are pretty fucking sweet.
Ours,
His
like, you know,
shoulders
RZ.
are going to be because he has to have strong back muscles to run
Yeah.
that fast.
I mean,
Shoulders,
look at
his
those
thighs, they're
calves.
pretty good.
I mean, the thighs are
You know.
decent, but I mean, Jesus Christ! I mean, he's the world's
You also
fastest
gotta
fucking
remember,
man.
he's like 6'6".
Yeah. Yeah, fair enough, Rabbit. Yeah, Cassidy was a Tough Mudder Rabbit. RZ. We covered this one night. Climbing is a good way to get strong without looking pumped. The more muscle a climber has, hey Sunshine, the more muscle a climber has, every ounce, every gram that a climber puts on, a climber has to carry to the top. So there is actually a point of, reverse gains on that sort of thing. And so you really do actually watch that sort of thing. You don't want to bulk as a climber. I mean, a lot of the best climbers are actually really skinny dudes. Yeah, they're wiry. It's the way to go. I mean, do you want to carry 300 pounds to the top of the face? Probably not. So yeah, most climbers are shredded, which we have people who have seen those photos and can attest. Yes, I used to be fucking shredded before I gave that up for a number of reasons. But yeah, climbers don't get fucking like swole. That's not a thing climbers do. It's just kind of stupid to do it. And, yeah. It's because I haven't
argue because the
Hey,
world's
Gaga.
the strong men, the people when I was very masculine I looked up to, they weren't toned. They were fat. But they fucking lifted things as heavy as them, if not heavier.
Well,
if closing to twice their weight.
Look at-
These men were remarkable.
look at old photos.
Mass moves mass.
Well, look at old photos of Hathor, the mountain. He cut recently, but he used to be just a big fucking dude. And no, these aren't climbers' hands anymore, Gaga, because I had to give it up. Jesus Christ, a decade ago now. I'm almost 40.
Climbers' hands look like.
Oh,
Like,
they're fucking calloused and rough and cracked. They're brutal.
But what I'm saying is, like, it's not like you're fucking flashing the screen with your palm and shit.
Yeah.
You know?
What?
Like, there's very few sports where you can identify it by the hands, especially.
Uh,
Like, unless you're like a fucking Kyokushin fighter and you've basically, like, fucking completely, like, destroyed your knuckles. Yeah, most people wouldn't be able to fucking tell. I don't know. I guess you could have like prominent knuckles from hitting bags all day, but I don't fucking know. It just doesn't. You know what I mean? Like it just doesn't seem like you could identify that sort of shit just by eyesight.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Rabbit. Yeah. The fucking caloric demands are ridiculous. And the first time that you have to take a piss or a shit while you're on the face is a sort of character defining moment for every climber. You get part way up and you're like, I have to do this. All right, well, here goes. Most climbers actually will try and feel around for a rock, some piece that you can peel off, some, like, if God help you, if you can get your hands on some shale. You crap on a piece of stone and you fling it. That's standard practice.
I would just like
Sure you can, Lady
hook
Gaga.
my
Sure you
heel.
can.
I would try and hook my heels on the rock and just like free fly it spread.
And any level, any climber also knows that the standardization for climbing routes is about as inaccurate as can be. Saying that you can do a V6 route is useless to most people unless you're at Yellowstone where it was actually standardized. Climbing gym to climbing gym, variances are wide. So are various faces and climbing resorts. Yeah. But hey. Zippy, it's the standardization for climbing routes. Is that what that's a reference to? Again, geniuses generally know how to spell genius. Sunshine, it is. There's Hathor. Fucking A. Man is amazing. He's like 6'7" and what, 4 something? I mean, it's just the dude is just a wall of mass.
That is the sexiest photo I can find of him. Like he's
And
still
then
chunky, and he's got that blood on him, and just like I think he was. I don't think this is Game of Thrones yet. I don't think so. Or maybe this is like season 1.
Yeah, I watched.
You want a big old wall of a man that fought people?
Sure.
Yeah.
I got 2 people actually. 1, Bob Sapp, and 2, fucking. I'm trying to think. What was his name? Shit. Duffy, help me out here. It's the black dude, the one that fought in Pride. The fucking.
Oh, he is
Fuck.
he is a
what's his
big
name?
fucking man. Holy shit.
The crazy one. Oh shit. There's your boy. He was fighting people at like 170. It was hilarious. They didn't have it. He did like open weight class bouts.
Oh, sweetheart, do you actually want to go into that? All right.
Oh.
Boo boo, tink tink. All right, there's 2 forms of linguistic definitional sets, right? There's prescriptive versus descriptive. What you're attempting to do is descriptive versus prescriptive. You are in a political space. Political space is a technical space. Therefore, it is prescriptive language, and Gnome would know this. Oh, boo boo. Oh, and just for the record, not all anarchists like Noam Chomsky.
Yeah, there's a bit of contention there.
Yes.
Also, I remember the other one. It was this is. Oh, I just lost it. Give me a second. Let me fucking. Not Rumble. What was his name?
Oh, all right. That tells me you're just here in bad faith. Have fun. I'm done responding to you. You literally have no more of my attention past that comment. So good luck. God bless. I will not be reading or responding to any of your further comments. So I know you're like, I had my suspicions, but I know you're here in bad faith. So good luck. Anyway, so bad movie night tonight. We nice weather. So bad movie tonight. Estimated age 17. Momo says. So yeah, we're gonna do. Oh, rabbit, Momo, love you. Cat lost it. Everyone, get your rash guards. Oh. Walada, you're fine. Let's see. Momo. Oh, I have no problem doing that. That's not an issue I have. Here, watch. All right, bye. Anyway, Booba.
Just Booba?
Yeah, that was just Wilhelm replying to Cupcake.
Oh, that's who I was thinking of. Rampage Jackson. That's the name of the dude. Another one.
Rampage Jackson. I mean, he's like, no, this is essentially, dude, how tall is he?
Let me look it up. I know he wasn't like super tall. He was 6'1".
Hey, Cassidy.
Yeah.
We just got rid of somebody who literally unironically is such a fucking chud, actually said the phrase, flex your biceps.
That's not the most chuddy thing he said. The most chuddy thing he said was the whole like age is just a number.
Oh,
and,
well, I mean that's more libertarian as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, fucking just
Also
get her drunk or whatever the fuck that rapey comment was.
Yeah, that's pretty chud. I'd say that's like peak chud right there.
Yeah. Yes, Cassidy, we are. Yeah, we're doing bad movie night.
I think they made that name just so they could deny rape accusations.
Yeah,
But they actually didn't care whose accusation it was. They were just like, fuck it. I hear a accusation, they're a liar. I'm gonna make the world about it. Hate people.
And they're such a fucking loser in their day-to-day life that they have to like try and get just a modicum of attention via a parasocial relationship such as this, which is just kind of sad and depressing, really, when you think about it. Talk about an unfulfilled life. Estrella, their account was made today. They were definitely paying attention to stream. Yeah, so they're a hate watcher. They're a hate watcher. Howard Stern syndrome. Love it. Oh, what did Momo give?
I'm gonna dip and come back for bad movie night. Y'all have a good one.
All right. Level. I don't know. Apparently, somewhere along the way, I gained a large amount of patience. Oh, Kaiser. Yeah, I know. Whoever that person was really just kind of wants to get up all in this. I know. Everyone's after Kai-chan. Fucking. You've placed a $52 Popeyes order. Well, I mean, that's a thing. Yeah, what'd you get? Astray is right. What'd you get? Yep. Cassidy, we were dealing with a chud who measures existence by athletic achievement. And they felt that our entire community was nothing but like chair jockeys. And it was readily expressed by myself that quite a few members of this community are heavy athletes. Whether, I don't know where it something along the ways. 14 tender meal with 2 large Cajun fries and a strawberry cheesecake was 50. Wait a second. $52. 14 chicken tenders, 2 orders of fries, and a strawberry cheesecake slice cost $52. God damn, delivery charges are stupid. Holy shit. Wow. Wow. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, which reminds me, it is now 9:30. I've gone longer than I intended anyway, and I have put up with a bunch of fucking... Dude, tonight has been chud-tastic, let's just put it that way.
A little.
I kind of feel like just... Oh shit, is she doing movies? Hang on a second. One sec.
Angel. Pretending to dispose of the body, Danny drives Angel away and urges him to return to London for his own safety. At a gas station, while paying for petrol.
Okay, she's not doing her politics, which makes it okay.
Who are you sending us to?
Jackie. As long as she doesn't talk about her politics, we're good. I've known her since the old platform. But she does like movie, like she basically like a movie critic, analyst, that sort of thing. Hey, without adjectives. Yeah, you just kind of caught the good old days. You just kind of caught the end. We're gonna go do like Zippy Black Nat / Black Separatist. She was a Bernier Buster who sort of got radicalized. To be perfectly honest. So I still love her, but yeah, some problematic takes there. That's all I have to say. Your rabbit. Okay then. Yeah, don't bring up politics there. It's movie night. She's doing the Cornetto trilogy, which is Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and World's End. Okay. So it should be interesting, and she's got like 1 person right now, so I want to rate her. I wish we had more people to take to her, but it is what it is, and I've been kind of contentious, and I had a non-contentious stream title tonight, so I'm not surprised that we have lesser viewers. But we're going to do Troll 2 and probably Star Crash tonight on Bad Movie Night, but Bad Movie Night's going to happen faster than it normally would because I pre-prepped part of my meal tonight. So plan on probably like a half an hour over in voice chat. Something in that territory. And then we'll be off to the races. So if you want to participate in Bad Movie Night, you know the deal by now. Everyone else, thanks for hanging out. Good luck, Olata. Rev. All right, so yeah, I'll catch you guys on Monday. Yeah, hope I feel better by then. Catch y'all later. There we go.